here.
On Saturday night.
Saturday Night Live. What is up there, guys? What is up there, Marinos? What is up there, Evolvers? How you guys doing? How's everyone doing?
Libertarians.
Libertarians.
I don't like Marinos. I want libertarians.
What's up?
Freedom fighters.
Well, you don't know if everyone's a libertarian.
Something like that. Minutemen. Freedom fighters.
People that made me hear that, they be like, I ain't no libertarian. I just like watching.
They are libertarians, though. Everybody's libertarian.
You can't give people the title. So you can't say, hey, what's up, libertarians?
What's up, libertarians?
There's some people in here that's not libertarians. Hey, well, what's up, Evolvers? Man, we got quite a bit to talk about. I'm actually here. I'm here with Dave Marino. I'm actually here on his channel today. I will put the link to his channel in the description. If you like to hop over there, you won't see the green screen. He's got all this blinked out. He'll be having videos planned.
We got a cool co-stream background going on.
I should go ahead and put that up just in case you want to see.
Well, it's in the thumbnail.
It is in the thumbnail. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the thumbnail was the background, so.
Okay. I'm talking to my people, but let me put it in there. We're going to be talking about, Large Jamar, he had quite a bit to say about the government and about the coronavirus, and also the IRS got an update. We got an update on your checks and deposits and all that good stuff. This is Dave's channel. I'll let him take the lead on the intro and all that good stuff while I get his link so I can post it.
Didn't he just take the lead on the intro and stuff? I think he did.
I did. Just a little bit.
I was taking the lead. I offered to co-stream this thing so he could get in front of his own green screen in his studio, and we could just, bring each other on to each other's channels and do a co-stream. But he's like, no, Large Jamar said this. I got to come over. So here we are. Because you know how Valvi hangs on every word Lord Jamar says. Large Jamar.
Hey, what's up, Frankie? Thank you, man.
Large Jafar.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm like, all right, I wasn't really planning on going live tonight, but
let's do it.
We could do it.
We got to stay updated.
Yeah, I know. I'm just,
trying to keep reward you, man. You are climbing the YouTube.
I know. I got like 20 subs.
You gotta do
since
what you
last
gotta
night.
do.
So it's been.
If you put in the time, YouTube is gonna yes, you're making us money. You're getting there. We're gonna push you. That's how you do it.
I'm making YouTube money.
Yeah, even when you're making them money, even if you're not monetized.
I just got like $10.
Oh, they make a lot more money off of your channel than you, even when you're not monetized, because you're monetized to them, because their platform is going out to sponsors, said, hey, we've got this many creators. You add to that number. Yeah. They get all this money.
But nobody gets ads on my videos, all right?
No one gets ads.
Yeah, because not until you monetize.
But they still get ads. Because the
1,000 subs, man.
Because the investor pays because they have you on the platform, because you add to another number. Yeah. So just the more people. It doesn't matter if you monetize. They get money if you monetize or not.
A lesson on YouTube.
Boom.
If you're ever thinking about starting a channel. I already had all the equipment because I was starting a Twitch stream. So I already had all this stuff. And he's like, man, all you need is a green screen and that's it.
Did it, man.
Look it up. This guy knows a lot too. Because he's like, don't put Trump in the tags. Because I put Trump in the tag one time, right? This is no joke. This is just like a couple days ago, right? A few days ago. One of the streams or one of the videos, I think the 13-minute video I did. I put the tag, I put Trump in the tag, right? And he's like, don't put Trump in the tag because YouTube will hold it. It won't get shared around. And I had like 30 views on it. So I was like, all right. So I'm like, whatever you say, Valvi. So I deleted it. I deleted the Trump tag. Sure enough, within an hour, 700 views. In an hour. Like the most views I've had on a video in a 1 hour period.
Yeah, they don't.
Just for removing the president's name.
Yeah, don't do that.
From my tags.
Yeah, they got certain keywords that they hold and whatnot.
That's why I didn't put in the description, I didn't put Trump. I put the Donald. I wasn't trying to. If any of y'all are fans of our president, I don't understand how you become. I don't understand that.
What's that?
But I don't be disrespect. I don't think I was disrespectful.
Supporters. So watch this.
I have respect for our president. So, but I had to put the Donald because I didn't want to put Trump because I don't want my video to get sent to the...
Pamela said nobody cared what Large Jamar said. Hey, you guys actually want to hear
Valvi cares what Large Jamar said. And he's talking about Michael Jackson, who happens to be Ma 2's favorite person in the entire universe, besides Jesus.
I like Michael Jackson.
I do too.
Did you watch the canceling Michael Jackson? They've been trying to cancel him too.
Oh yeah.
You watch all that?
But the two guys
about
that
the
came,
two guys?
Yeah. I saw.
They've been trying to do that, but this ain't the first time.
He's dead.
Yeah, it's not.
No, that's why Ma 2 actually, I think why she dated me, because Michael Jackson, she played Michael Jackson like all on the radio nonstop, and every time I get in her car when we were dating, I'd be singing all the Michael Jackson songs. So she's like, "You a Michael Jackson fan?" I'm like, "No, I'm not."
He's the best dancer.
No, I'm not.
Ever. I think he's the best dancer ever. Best pop dancer ever.
Yeah. He's the best artist ever. He is the king of pop. Hands down, man. You can't argue that. That guy had.
To me, he danced 5 times better, maybe 10 times better than what he sing. That's always been my feeling.
No, I'm saying as an artist. Though.
Yeah, as an artist, an overall artist.
I mean, how?
Someone
just
starts
every single. The only person he was ever competing against when it came to putting out songs was himself.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Something like he would have an album. I would have 10. If it was anybody else, it would be 10 #1 songs on it. But he had to compete against himself.
Jamar do think he's the king of rap, Frank. Yeah, you're right.
No.
He does think he's the king.
The king of rap. I haven't even heard this guy rap. Yeah. Can I bring up something of his? Because I've never heard this guy perform. I don't even know who Brand Nubian is.
You don't know Brand Nubian?
No, do they have something on YouTube I can find?
Wait, you haven't heard him talk about Brand Nubian? And his group on Vlad?
No. I don't watch Vlad, though.
Well, that's the thing. Nobody heard him talk about his group on Vlad because he talks about Eminem. That's my point.
Why you always talking about Eminem?
Come on.
It's funny. It's funny because Lar Jamar, Brand Nubian, right, never talks about Brand Nubian, only talks about Eminem, and he hates Eminem. And then Volvy, he got Evolve stuff. He don't talk about that. All he ever talks about is Lar Jamar. And he hates Lar Jamar. Yeah. Me, I'm a libertarian. I don't talk about liberty. I hate the government. All I talk about is the government. Mm. We need to quit spreading this hate. Yeah, spreading the hate. Yeah. So I'll talk about Lar Jamar. You talk about the government.
The Volvy should talk about that. That message to...
Stop the hate.
Stop the hate.
That's right. Quit making all these YouTube channels about stuff that you hate.
Oh, no. Message to hate. Dear hate.
No. Because I talked about Thomas Massey. That dude is an American hero. I'm just going to put that out right now.
Well, I always balance it with KIP at the end.
You can say whatever you want. As long as you're in it with KIP. And I always end mine with God bless. Stay safe. I love y'all. And God bless. I end mine.
Funny stuff. Okay, so let's get in. Since we've been talking about Jackson, we
can't listen to some Brand Nubian.
I got the last time. Seriously, I made a whole video because back then I tried to react to a song. I made a whole video because of some of this music. It's very bad.
And you lost some subs?
And no, I didn't. I put it up. I got copyright. I got a copyright strike. He did it right away. And it was a manual. Like, it wasn't the algorithm. He went and it said manually copyright claim Lar Jamar in the posting. So it wasn't by a company. It said manually. See, whenever you get when you get a copy strike, you'll either see UMG or you'll see auto. No, this said. Or you'll see manual. Someone sat in the manual.
So he's watching you.
So he watched it and it said manual. I posted up for him. I was like, all right. So I fought that and it got unstrike. He didn't want to go to court. So any of his music, the only thing that you can bring up a freestyle because that don't get copyright.
They had 5 mics before M destroyed him with his mic.
Yeah. Bazino, who is he was the leader of The Source. You know I talk about Bazino a lot. And the one that wants to fight me.
He wants to fight you.
Bazino, he created the Source Awards, and it was the Bible of hip hop. You was relevant. I mean, the Source, a lot of people back then, it was how you got on. And so with Zeno, he gave Eminem, he would give Eminem like the Slim Shady LP and all that good stuff. Because he didn't like Eminem, he would give him 2 mics, 1 mic, 3 mics, bad mic. He gave himself 5 mics, but Zeno of this or
that was like the stars.
Oh yeah,
like
it was
5
the stars.
4 stars.
Like before YouTube.
So
or
he
anything.
said Eminem was. Eminem was a 1 mic.
Yeah, 1 mic. So if you got hilarious. A 5-star,
I gotta find this. Yeah. I'm not. So no.
No, you're there. If you got a 5-star on the Source back then. It made careers. The Source his mic system, it made and it broke careers. So no one would listen to you. That it was like YouTube. It was like YouTube. How it was a reaction. It was basically a reaction channel. For that time because people want to know what's good, what's hot. But there was nothing. There was no YouTube. There was not. Vlogs and blogs and stuff to tell people because people like to know what to think.
Yeah, so it was like Soul Train and all those
type of shows. And it was huge.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I can't believe you don't remember the Source Awards, man. And they would always fight at those things. It was big. It was huge. But anyway, so Lord Jamar, he
okay, I'll just use
he was friends with Zeno, and he gave Brand Nubian and them. They got a.
I want to hear this.
His freestyle.
I gotta hear this.
There was one.
This guy, I gotta hear what this guy's. I mean, this guy talks so much crap about Eminem.
Yeah, check out his freestyle.
I want to know what he sounds like.
Well, we can bring up because we won't get copyright on his freestyle if we want to do that. We'll listen to a Lord Jamar.
A Lord Jamar freestyle, really?
Yeah, because that lets you know.
Bring it up if you want.
That lets you know how good someone is, somewhat. Because anyone can sit down and produce a song and whatnot and make it sound good.
Are you gonna go to
YouTube?
Oh, Wild and Out was supposed to be yesterday.
Oh yeah, they canceled.
No, it was 2 days ago. Yeah, they canceled
it. He wants to hear Lord Jamar freestyle. Do he got bars? Y'all. Let me see if my people have heard it.
I can look.
He secretly has a crush on M. I think so, cause he rap better than him. I'm talking about him. All right.
Oh no, it didn't.
Oh, and you want to know something? When you search his music, Lord Jamar music, it's been like 15 years, and none of his music has even broke a million views. You won't find much, but this is one of brand new.
There's a Mexican lady.
They haven't even broke 200,000.
There's an old Mexican lady who has a cooking show who breaks 1 million views every episode.
No, but look, his music has not even.
Quit arguing with my mouse. I need to shut this Bluetooth off.
Oh.
It stole it from me.
This is not it.
I'm trying to connect it here. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Just close that.
Close it. Real quick, he wants to hear, because he's never heard Lord Jamar spit. All right, here you go.
And don't go putting like his worst one on.
I'm picking the first one. I just said Lord Jamar freestyle.
Let's see which one has the most views.
All right, we got one for 50K. There's 8K. There's not a lot of Lord Jamars. Oh, he's in the studio here. I'll
pick.
All right.
I'll pick.
He's going to pick.
Do the one in the studio, because that looks like he was prepared for it.
He was legit.
He was prepared for it. Is he going to rap or is
I don't know. This is... All right. Well,
each one teach... He's an episode, though.
To all the people questioning
Lord Jamar shows that his beats are not... Okay, he's just doing beats. There's not a lot, man, that we can play. Lord Jamar, New York interview. Everything is everything. Everything is every... Here goes one. Wait, he was on Sway? No way.
What's like? I guess one is like their most famous song.
Lord Jamar, here's one. Brand Nubian's freestyle. Here's one. He on Rap City. That was a huge thing back then. Brand Nubian.
Just go for it, man.
You just want to go for it?
Go for it, yeah. Hit it up.
All right. I don't want his group.
What is mad gangs, but only one got control. Whatever they roll.
From North Pole to South Pole, ice cold with a vice hole on all crime. They're getting paid even if the shit is small time. All your dimes will get took. Then watch them slang them things cause they nothing but a gang of crooks. Things look like they'll be here for a while. Mommy and daddy better fear for their child cause they style is not just making the fast chickens. They're also into murder and ass kickings. Extortion and kidnap for kids that's black. Handsome ransom might just get you your kid back. But either way they're gonna make loot. If to keep the kid, he's gonna do a bit as a prostitute. Going free for the GANG from 6 to 66. They con is catching Vicks. Shit sticks in your mind. Make a nigga wanna go out and fight crime. I writes rhymes as an answer to their gang signs. So when they wanna jack your car, you can sing mines. What is man?
Tell me, what do you think of that? It's pretty hot. This one's got music.
That used to be my shit,
He's got music behind it.
He's got a potty mouth. I don't like that guy.
But
he's potty mouth in my stream. I don't like that. Music.
Alright, this one's got music because that probably wasn't fair. I was going to skip the large Jamar's part so you can hear with a beat behind it because he was just...
The big guy taking up the whole show.
He did. Okay, here goes large Jamar, right?
Yeah.
That's Grand Pooba.
Right there.
Alright.
Live, y'all. Check
Here
it.
we go.
Check it. No antidote for the venom of a black mamba. I came through in a lemon of a black Honda. Smoking black ganja. Sit back with a smile on my face like Happy Kwanzaa. Ponzi schemes like Bernie Madoff. Laser beams that'll burn your face off. Face off like Cage and Travolta. I seen it all through the eye of Minota. Third rail rack you could fry from the voltage. Or lay back and just lie in the foliage. I'm getting high from the foliage. Half baked on these grafted snakes. Lord Jamar, I make classic tapes. And I'm known to straight spit in a
I could rap better than
Look
that.
how my career stretched like elastic waist to turn a certified
I know
to a
you could rap better than
basket
that.
case.
Oh, yeah.
You need to rap battle this guy, man. I'm gonna listen. I might listen to this brand Nubian real quick.
Oh, yeah. You want to hear one of their official songs.
Yeah.
Okay, so while he's listening to that, let me explain what's going on. Let me put this. I'm gonna put this on deck because he wants to hear. So, but he can't play it out because we both get shut down. He's not gonna. He don't let you. That's why you all have never seen a reaction video of Large Jamar Brand Nubian. They shut that stuff down. They don't. Like, I've tried. YouTubers have tried. He don't want, for some reason, it's off limits and whatnot. So you're checking out Brand Nubian, one of their actual singles in the studio, what they put
There's
out
this
on
annoying
record.
beep that keeps going off.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on like a heart monitor.
So today I guess we starting off with the
All right, I'm done. Anyways, where were we?
So I guess
it was like crackling like an old record.
yeah.
And it had like this beat.
Well, to be fair, it was back then.
But is that the way it's supposed to be?
Oh yeah.
You can clean that stuff up. They have like
This was
technology
94,
now.
90s.
But you can clean it up before you post it on.
Can get it like remastered.
This is Tommy Boy Records. This is the people who own the song. They could have remastered that thing and maybe got rid of the heart rate monitor. And
see, well,
but you know,
if you want to remaster it, it costs money, man.
Of course,
artists
it does get rid. If you clean up the crackling sound like an old record and the beep, it does draw more attention to the horrible rapping that's going on in the background.
Ooh. They got
This guy talks about M.
Dude, he's the soil.
You know what, man? I'm just gonna. Can I just put some M on and just sit here and just
He's the soil.
just listen to the master?
Don't talk about the soil, man.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
Okay, so
That's crazy. That's madness. This guy is.
all right, y'all gonna do another all-nighter. I'm in. Okay, so check it. Where are we? So the first thing we're talking about. So him and Vlad TV. They were first. They were talking about Michael Jackson. So you know with the coronavirus and whatnot.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know how Michael Jackson used to have like the mask way before all of this. The masks were in. Well, him and Vlad, they start to talk about that.
Are we gonna play that one now? You wanna play that one
so I'll
before
let you
okay.
take
Let me
one.
go ahead.
So he take over. Hey guys, real quick before we put it in, I'm gonna put his link in the description really quick. You will see it up on the green screen at his channel if you go over there right now. But if you don't go over, you just want to stay here, you'll just hear it from here. That's the next thing you should invest in.
What's that?
You should invest in some speakers, laptop speakers.
Hey, if the sound is bad, because we want to hear it too, because I haven't heard this. So it's playing through the laptop, and so the mic's going to pick it up. That's how you're going to hear it and how we're going to hear it. So if it sounds horrible, or if it's like really loud or something, just let me know so I can adjust the mic. I might be able to move it. Yeah. I got a boom for it too.
That one when we take calls and whatnot, we can hear them, and also stuff like this. So, but anyway, go ahead. I'll give you guys a few. Some of you all jumped over. Where's the checks evolve? We'll go over that right now. We'll go over that after, right? Because that's more up your alley. We'll talk about the checks, and let's go with this. People's like, give me my money so I can get out of here. We got news on it.
Check's in the mail. Check is in the mail.
So,
how come we can't see the TV frame? Oh, you know what? I know why. It needs to be on top.
So he's going to go ahead and play. I put the link in the description to his channel. If you want to view it up on the green screen, you have to go to his channel. If not, you'll just hear it from here, and we'll go over what Lord No Bar.
Lord No Bars.
Lord No Bar have said. Here we go.
Well, the FBI actually put out a statement that said that white supremacists are plotting to spread coronavirus to police and Jews.
Right.
I don't know why other minorities were excluded from this particular group. I don't know if white supremacists and black people suddenly formed some sort of alliance that I didn't know about.
No, we haven't. So I don't know what that's about.
Oh, so when you went to the last black meeting,
No,
that wasn't brought up. They weren't there. Okay,
They were
all right,
not
just checking.
there.
Were you at that meeting?
Right, because I'm not allowed at these meetings. You know, I have to ask you. I
Pause
tried
real
to
quick.
get in a few times. They're like,
Vlad, he tries, one thing you'll find out with Vlad, he tries so hard to get accepted in the black community. So he'll have these
Is he black?
No, he's white.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's pure white. Whitest person you ever see. So he'll make jokes, and it's funny because he'll say something, but he won't continue to joke unless Lord Jamar like approves, and if he sees Lord Jamar laugh, then he's like, then he'll go on with the joke, and he'll.
I'll have to remember that when we do couch sitters.
It's so.
Couch sitters.
Yeah, but let's bring it back 5 seconds and.
I tried to get in a few times. They're like, nah.
Listen, you know what I find funny
a few times to the black meeting?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's always true.
This is one of the only times where a black man could go outside with a mask on his face and not fucking be looked at like, what the fuck are you doing wrong? Huh?
Why you gotta have a potty mouth so much?
He does
man?
have a potty mouth. I mean, if it
we don't. I don't like cursing on my channel because
I don't do it
I
in
got
real
kids
life.
and stuff.
I mean,
My kids could be watching this right now. Matu's not here. She's
She's
visiting grandma. She's getting a lot of slack because she's visiting grandma during this whole coronavirus thing. Yeah,
that's
talk about that. Right?
Interesting.
Yeah, like people put some angry faces on a Facebook post.
You should talk.
Where she went to
grandma's. That's intense. Well, at least kind of lower the interaction. But anyway, but check this out. I mean, it wasn't a bad little what he said here. It was meant to be a joke. I mean, these two, they're horrible with jokes. I don't know if it's the delivery or what. They can't do it. Like, if I would have delivered what Lord Jamar said, I could make it work. Like, he said something, it could have been good. Like, he said, hey, you know what? This coronavirus, now us black people, we can go out with a mask without getting shot. I gotta. It's okay. I could deliver that, but for some reason, I don't know if it's Vlad hyping him in the back, but yeah, it wasn't bad.
Guy. I got an old soldier, man. He does a lot of that
What's up, Matt?
He kind of talks like a 5%er, but he says he's not ass. He's a 5%.
He talks like a 5%.
Yeah, he's really good. He's a cool guy. He's one of my first soldiers I ever had when I was in the Army, and but he was saying that he said that they're trying to test the vaccines in Africa because they said the Africans already have the immunities to it.
Leave my African tribe alone. I've been watching these tribes.
That's not Amazon tribes.
They were Amazon.
Those are not African tribes. Those are Amazon tribes.
Like I've been binge watching those tribes. They're my dudes now. Like, see, I would go out. I'm the type of person like I don't know if you know this, and I'm gonna put out. One thing I don't do, I don't put out, my income and whatnot to the world. No one knows how much money, how broke, or how good I am.
You want to know how good Bobby is? He's not getting a check.
I'm not getting. Oh, wow.
He's not getting a check. Large Jamar's probably getting a check. Bobby's not getting a check. Because I tell you what, he ain't making no royalties off that brand Nubian stuff.
That's hilarious.
That stuff, I was bad, man.
That's hilarious. Okay, so what was my way of thinking?
My intro music is better than that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back on that. So I'll bring it back a few seconds and let's just get back. Wait, Matt said something. Maybe we should all put our stimulus checks together and get that Oscar out of Jaws. Okay, he's talking about an M verse. That was funny. Okay, but let's go ahead and play. We was talking about his delivery. It was not bad. He was just saying, "Hey, we can finally go out with a mask. It's the only time." But still, just I don't know. All right, we can take it back a bit and hear it.
Apparently not, because you got
Right.
You still got busted.
I still got busted.
You still got a citation.
All right.
Just throwing that out there.
Huh? This is
remember Michael Jackson used to go out with a mask everywhere, and everyone called him crazy.
Right, but he wasn't a regular. And nobody would be calling him crazy. Right now, Michael would be alive. He'd be like, "See, motherfucker, this shit don't look so bad, do it?"
Michael didn't
That
cuss.
fucking bubble he was living in and all kind of shit. These hyperbaric chambers don't look so bad now, do they? Motherfucker, I wasn't so crazy afterwards.
It's not bad.
Yeah, Mike would be chilling in Neverland, right?
What in the world does a hyperbaric chamber got to do with the coronavirus? That's what I'm laughing about. It's like, these hyperbaric chambers aren't a bad idea. No, everybody would still be saying, unless you got a ventilator. unless Michael had a ventilator up there in Neverland. Right. Hyperbaric chamber, I don't think it's going to help you. Would that help you? No. Maybe an iron lung.
Maybe iron. He's
lung.
isolated.
Anyway.
In his own little world back there in Neverland.
Him and Macaulay Culkin.
There you go.
Yeah, Mike would be chilling in Neverland right now, and no one would be invited. Oh, leaving Neverland? Now y'all can't come into Neverland. This is all mine right now. I'm quarantining here. Let me go.
I don't talk like
You don't like Vlad, do you?
It's so... Why? Like, it's not funny. Like, he's trying... Did you laugh at that? Did you understand?
Was he trying to be funny?
Yeah, it was his joke. It was his joke, and he's right now. He's waiting for Large Jamar to confirm it. But Neverland, and then Neverland, and he's back there in Neverland, and it's not. Stop.
That went over about as good as my homeschooling joke to the city council.
I want you to go back 10 seconds and see, and really just listen to how hard he's trying to deliver.
Here's some advice. I mean, I'm not a comedian or anything, but here's a little advice. If something isn't funny, it's not going to be funny if you say it 3 more times differently. It's still not going to be funny. So that's what he tries to do. He's not funny the first time, so he goes.
He keeps on. You have to go back a bit more from where he started. He tries and he keeps on, and then he laughs at his own joke to try to get Large Mark. But go ahead.
Why does he look like he always going to sleep? You think he's high?
Now 5%ers they don't believe in.
Oh, it must be just residual stuff, man. That stuff sticks with you for a while.
Neverland? Now y'all can't come into Neverland. This is all mine right now. I'm quarantining here. Let me go ride my roller coaster by myself, bitch.
Even the little kids might have to stay 6 feet away. Okay?
That's right.
That's what it was. See, he don't fuck with little kids. He even made them stay 6 feet away. Fuck you talking about.
Did he just accuse Michael of being a pedophile?
He did. Well, no, he said that this corona, it's so serious that even Michael is keeping. Oh, okay, that's actually a good joke. I can use it. the coronavirus is so serious that even Michael's keeping kids away. See how I delivered
Ma
that?
too's gonna. She's gonna knock you out.
Yes.
I don't think she's not watching.
Yeah. I delivered that better. That's what he said. See, I don't know if maybe it's delivery. That's funny. Because what I said, but just go ahead.
This guy's not happy, man.
But let me say something else about the whole mask. Before misinformation. They're talking about the mask and Michael Jackson. He wouldn't look so crazy now, and as if Michael Jackson seen it coming and whatnot. But to be honest and put it on a serious note, Michael Jackson, he had lupus, and he had this lower respiratory. His lungs were infected, and to protect his kids and to protect those, any type of bacteria could trigger, an internal pain. That's why he took so much pain medicine.
Because of the Pepsi thing.
No, it was he had an internal, as far as his lungs. You read into it. After the autopsy, they were highly damaged, and it was pretty bad.
And he's still singing like that?
He's still singing, but it was hurting. That's why he took so much pain medicine,
so
he could.
And he would only sing for a little while.
Yeah, so that he could. And breathing in air, the very oxygen. It's crazy because he had this infection where you need oxygen to breathe, but oxygen hurts. It was tough. People didn't understand how much pain this guy was in.
Apparently, Large Jamar thinks it's funny.
Yeah, and that's why he was wearing the mask, man. To cut down on some of the stuff, but yeah, they don't know.
It's like his first name really large.
Well, when he became when you become a 5%er, they change their names to God and Allah.
So for real, he went down and filed.
Yeah, that's what they do. They change their name. Wow. That's what the creator of, and they took it from the creator of.
Matu's on now. She must have just got on, so she missed your so she's commenting on my ponytail rather than what you said about Michael Jackson.
I didn't say that. I broke what he said down. I've delivered it better. Anybody laughed at that joke? Did anyone laugh at how I delivered that?
Matu doesn't like my ponytail. We should talk about that.
You don't talk about your ponytail?
Yeah.
I know my ballers ain't gonna like it. The only thing I know the comments are gonna say, they're gonna say man bun MG gay.
I'm good with that.
All right, what are they saying? Button and Jamar would make a nice husband and wife.
Button?
Yeah, Akon will smack that all on the floor. Nine said, been a card-carrying member of Hip Hop Nation since '78, and I know real hip hop. And the cornball racist Jamar is trash as they come. He needs Eminem to lend him, some credibility.
His dictionary.
All right, let's go on.
All right, let's hurry up and get through this.
Yeah, man. Well, I think we was talking about this, but think about all the people that were prepping for shit like this. Crazy Uncle Phil, who's been hoarding toilet paper since '85.
Crazy Grandpa Tomas.
Crazy Uncle Phil don't seem so crazy right now. You know what I mean? You over at Crazy Phil trying to get a couple of rolls.
He's tickling you.
No, my father-in-law. He had a box of, he used to work at the airport. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how, but I guess they had some excess. So he got this giant box of toilet paper from the airport. And it's been sitting at the house in the garage for 10 years.
Did you think it was crazy?
Yeah, we thought, why are you hoarding a big box of toilet paper in the garage for 10 years? And then sure enough, we're sitting here, and when this whole thing broke out, and they said there's no toilet paper. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Why would people go raid the shelves for toilet paper? And then sure enough, my wife goes out and she takes pictures.
What happened with that?
And there's no toilet paper. And she's like, we only got 2 rolls left. And I'm like, man. So she goes over to her mom's house, and sure enough, there's this gigantic box of toilet paper. That crazy grandpa's been hoarding for 10 years.
Wow.
So that's why I was laughing.
Oh, so not at Lord Jamar's joke.
No, well, it's funny. He just mentions that
because it's kind of relevant.
Yeah, it's relevant.
Motherfucker, he like, you're not getting none of my crazy man toilet paper. Motherfucker, you was talking shit about me all
Man, see, you got. I guess we're over now.
this fucking time. Like, think about Noah's Ark. This is almost one of those type of
Please
things.
tell me I don't have to.
You know what I mean?
Why is he referring to Noah's Ark now? How does that have to do with anything?
Let him explain.
Motherfuckers was talking shit. Nigga, it's sunny out. What you doing building? I'm telling you, it's gonna rain one fucking day, and it's just gonna.
What's up,
crazy,
Matt?
Motherfucker. And now, look at him.
I want to go through. I want you to download a large Jamar video.
Aww.
I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you. Okay, maybe I'll do it. We're gonna download a video, and I want you to go through and delete all of the curse words, and then let's see what he sounds like. Know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I gotta redo this.
How do y'all think it would sound? Did it? I was gonna say it should be gone. It's not gone. Corona.
Oh, are you talking to me?
Corona. Yeah.
Screwed up.
So take a Vlad TV little episode like that, little 4-minute episode like that. Go through. What are you doing, man? Why don't you just use the same?
I know, but I gotta take one first before I get that menu.
Why'd you crash?
I don't know.
Some cheap phones.
That was weird.
With your iPhone.
Oh no, I'm not a high guy.
Hi, guy.
I'm not a high guy.
Welcome back.
Welcome. Sorry,
There's nobody
Lakers. Yeah.
There's nobody there.
Oh yeah, they all crashed.
Maybe they all come over here now.
Yeah, most
Just
of them.
shut down.
Yeah, fine.
No, they didn't come over here.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah. So take a Vlad TV episode with Large Jafar on it, and
Lord Noble.
edit it.
Okay.
Put it in Power Director or something. Edit all. Just take the audio part
Okay.
and just delete all of the curse words out, and see how the episode sounds. It'll be funny. I'm telling you. Trust
It'll
me.
be funny.
Trust me, it'll be funny.
You give me an idea. I'm gonna make a video. I gotta find some clips of where he's like really hype and he's like getting hot. You know how he looked down, and I'm gonna put an Eminem video in the bottom screen as if he's looking and he's reacting to it, and he's gonna be like, yeah. I gotta find some clips where
You better not be asking me where little Eminem is. Little Eminem should be with you. Ma, too that.
Jamar's wearing an Eminem mask. Yeah, did you see the you seen his mask and it had Eminem the Soil?
No.
No, he's not. That's just messing.
It's not April Fool's no more. Come on, people.
Okay, so we watched that. We'll get into the last clip where you know what? Before we get into what he said about the government, should you talk about the IRS bring up about the checks and the positive stuff?
Yeah.
And then
So what did I say in there? When you're getting your money or how you're getting your money?
Okay, so I guess you want to go through a quick run through on the people and how much money they're getting and all that good stuff.
Okay, so if you haven't heard, it's been everywhere, so I don't know how you would have not heard this. But if you haven't heard, the cutoff is based off of your 2018 adjusted gross income, how much you made in 2018 taxes. Unless you filed 2019, then they'll probably go off of that. So, goes off your adjusted gross income. If you file jointly, then you're going to get the full amount, which is $1,200 per adult and $500 per kid. Mm-hmm. Somebody told me there was a cap at $3,000, but
no, really?
I didn't read that anywhere.
No.
But anyways, so if you file jointly and you make $150,000 or less, you're going to get the full amount. If you make more than $150,000 a year and you file jointly, then you're going to lose 5% of your check for every $100 over $150,000.
Might want to break that down. I'm feeling some people are a little bit confused.
Okay, so
You like how they break it down?
If you make $150,000, you're going to get the full amount. If you make $150,100, then you're going to get 5% less than $1,200, which would be $60 less.
Yeah, you got
and
it.
for every $100 above, it's going to be another $60 lost.
Some people, they are saying that they did say that they wanted you to get your check within 2 weeks. They said it like 2
It's not
weeks.
gonna happen.
Now they did adjust that. They said you'll get
Well,
it
2 weeks would be like next week.
next week. They did say that, but now they did adjust it on Monday. They did say that you'll get it within 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
So you'll get it. That's what they said.
But hey, they're not going to shut your utilities off.
They're
They're not going to evict you. That doesn't cover anybody's rent, anyways.
$1,200.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is?
It's not going to cover anybody's mortgage or
10
anything.
weeks is what, 3 months of no rent. So let's see, $1,200. Do you think people are?
That's $400 a month. 3 months.
Are people's rent more than $400?
Is your mortgage more than $400? If your mortgage is more than $400, you got to pay rent equal to the mortgage on somebody's house.
So they're gonna take their $1,200 and have to put it all to the rent anyway because they have not been paying for 3 months.
Basically, that's what it's going to come down to.
And then you got to think that these landlords, they're going to try to find a way. They got to compensate for this lost time. So once they get out, they're going to raise some prices or they're going to
there's going to be a lot of fallback from it.
It's going to be a lot. Okay.
So anyways, if you filed head of household,
I did not file. I can't file head of household.
You can't?
No, I can't.
You can't claim Frankie as a dependent?
No. Back in my mom. Never mind. Should I snitch on her? No. Okay.
No, don't snitch on your mom. Not live TV.
This was in the 80s and 90s.
Still, she don't forget. You be eating Navy beans again.
All right, go ahead.
So if you filed a head of household, then I believe the cutoff is $116,500 or something like that. So if you make more than that, then you start to lose 5%. Of course, it can never go below zero, so you're never going to owe back if you made too much money. If you make $198,000 or more, you're not getting nothing.
Yeah.
That's
now,
the cap.
One thing that they did say,
Single, wait a second, single, 75 or single 75,000 or less, you get the full amount, and then anything over that, again, you reduce by 5%. Up to 99,000. If you're single, you make more than 99,000. Nothing.
No.
Nothing. You're single, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they did say is, as far as the money, just the
6 figures.
that's what they said. What they said is that what's gonna happen next week on Monday, like the 9th or the 10th, that they do start. They're putting the money in the system for everyone. This is what they said. They're putting the money in the system on like the 9th and 10th, the second week of April, and people are gonna start seeing the money. Those that are making $30,000 and under, they'll start seeing their money in the direct deposit. Like they'll see it first. Anyone that have direct deposit and making under $30,000, you'll probably see yours like on Monday because they're putting it in next week and then it'll go through. You take 3 days.
Do you think the Senate got their miscellaneous already?
And then after next week, then they're gonna put in. This is what they're saying. For some reason, they're putting in the money. They're putting it in like when they need to because
I'm just gonna go.
Look.
When you start talking about it, I'm just gonna start.
Because after they get the under 30,000 and they get all these people covered, then the next week, anyone that didn't have an address on file that's making under 30, they'll get theirs. They're gonna mail out checks that following, so they'll get their checks 7-10 days. Once that is done, then they're putting the next. They go up to the 99,000 and under. They put the money in for that. Only the people that have direct deposit. This is why it says up to 10 weeks because they're putting it in during sections and whatnot. They're not just putting a whole bunch of money. They said for accountability. They're not putting the whole grant.
Do you think the Federal Transit Administration
is getting in some
got their $25 billion in infrastructure grants already?
And one lump sum, they're probably
$25 billion
they got 20
in grants. They got grants.
They
infrastructure.
Got
Federal Transit Administration. Do you think they got their grants already, or do you think they gotta wait until they get direct deposit?
Until they get direct deposit, right? Okay. Okay.
Don't you be flirting with my wife, Michael.
All right. So here's the thing with the Here's the thing with the direct deposit, because this is big, because we want you all to get your money, and they're going to try to find every way to kind of hold up until they can, like, things start to get better as far as money. Get direct deposit. There's two things.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
IRS did say that even if you did not file taxes, even if you did not make money, because that's how they're doing it based off of the IRS and the information you submitted there. The IRS is setting up a portal on their website, guys. On their website, where all you got to do is enter your direct deposit. You don't have to file your taxes. Just to make sure you get your money, go to their website. They set up a portal where you can enter your direct deposit. You will have to put in like a birth date, social security number. They can identify you. They'll have the your ID or your driver's license. They'll be probably asking for those numbers to verify your identity and whatnot. But go to portal. That portal's not up yet, but up in the upcoming weeks, they said they'll get that up. So just keep checking back. That's if you haven't filed.
Do you think the president of the International Disaster Assistance got their $258 million appropriated to him, or do you think they got to get direct deposit?
You gotta wait till they get direct deposit. Anyone's on Social Security, you'll get yours. Yes, you'll get yours. You're good.
Social Security's in here. Social Security Administration. Do you think they got their $300 million already? Social Security. Social Security Administration. It's for limitations on administrative expenses. That's the Social Security Administration limitations on administrative expenses. $300 million. So that's what does that mean? What's limitations on administrative expenses? Why do you get $300 million for a limitation?
Sounds like it's administrative. It's more administratively setting up programs and setting up people. It's more staffing.
I forgot about this.
They're trying to hold themselves accountable. I think that's good.
The Senate also got contingent expenses of the Senate for $1 million. They got another $1 million there.
Oh,
that sounds like another miscellaneous.
Sound like a raise for someone.
Oh no, that's covered separately. House of Representatives salaries and expenses.
Oh,
$25 million.
Oh shoot!
Right there. It's right there.
That is what they got in the bill.
25.
House of Representatives got a pay raise in the Corona bill,
yeah.
relief bill.
It's for to prevent, prepare for, and respond to coronavirus domestically or internationally.
Yeah, because they can't
they got to get some extra salary in order to prepare. Let me read that again. Prevent, prepare for, and respond to coronavirus.
At that rate of what they're getting, at that six figures right now they're getting.
It's like 200 and what did Thomas Massey? If you look up him, he did with the YouTuber. He did an interview with the YouTuber. He said they make like $240,000 a year.
Yeah, they're good.
He's congressman. They should make the median income of the United States. They should make the median income of their. No, but then we'd never get anybody to want to be a congressman in El Paso.
Well, if they make the median income
of their constituency,
but we cover their room and board,
their expenses,
and their expenses, everything. I think that's a good deal. We cover everything.
So,
they don't have to work for nothing.
So a rep for El Paso would make $40,000 a year.
Yeah.
44, I think.
But we pay for his house, and we pay for his house.
No, he'd get per diem.
He gets food.
We're not paying for his house no matter what his house costs. He'd get per diem.
He get rent, rent.
He'd get the average rent payment in El Paso. Because then he would make more money if he raised the rent. So you got to be careful with politics, man. You got to be careful.
Okay. So that's what the IRS. Questions. Let's see. IRS mean, let me see what you guys got. I want to make sure. Anyone have questions? Someone says start getting it April 17th. That sounds about right because it'll go out next week. They're putting it in next week. Will it affect your 2020 tax refund?
No, I don't think so.
No? Loans for business, will they have to pay back?
Do we really want to get into that right now? It's complicated.
I've already switched my status on Facebook to it's complicated. Man. So,
your relationship with the federal government?
Yes.
It's complicated.
It's complicated. But some, you're going to have to pay back some of it, but then some you don't
I should read my rant. Should I meet... Yeah, after we did a couple live streams yesterday, I was chilling on the couch, and these people, man, they just...
Oh yeah, Congress put in a stimulus that they get a raise. Yeah, a lot of people put in this.
That's what I just read. 25 million.
And it's not just them. HUD.
There's 400 and.
Guys, a lot of people put in the bill. A lot of people got raises. You got HUD. You got Ben Carson got a raise. Anyone that was loyal to Donald Trump, he kind of hooked them up.
And the ones that he needed to be loyal to Donald Trump.
And he needed, people that he needed.
Like the IRS and their $250 million. IRS got $250 million.
PBS.
What's up with PBS?
PBS.
You got a problem with PBS? PBS should be the least of your worries about people who got money in this bill.
No, but
I got no problem with little Einsteins getting paid out of this. My problem is with these other idiots getting paid in this
No,
thing.
there's an intention. Why? Why didn't other television? There's something behind why Donald Trump, why they gave PBS out of all this. I'm just saying, I know it's just, I hate the funny feeling.
So there's like 500... I'll go high. I'll go 550 representatives in the House of Representatives. Actually, should we just look it up real quick? See how many reps are there in the House of Representatives? Let's Google it.
How many reps are black?
How many reps are in the House of Representatives? $435.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's quite a bit more than all.
Yeah.
So,
25 million divided by 435 is equal to $57,471 per representative.
Oh shoot, I'm doing all right.
26 cents.
I'm doing all right.
That's in the bill. That's it. That's on top of their normal pay,
Yeah.
which is, I guess they wanted to push themselves over the 300K mark for the year.
Yeah, because they've been working hard this year.
Man, they ain't even started working hard yet. Wait till this economy completely crashes.
Okay.
Then they're really going to be working hard.
So, yes, your checks is about to be in the mail. They're there. IRS.
Yeah, they should be.
It's just that people that don't have direct deposit and people that are making, I'll say more than like $40K a year, you're going to be waiting on quite a bit. It's going to be quite a bit. It's going to be a wait. But it looks like from everything that they're saying, people that are kind of needed, they'll get that cash to you pretty quick.
In other words, you ain't getting cash now.
Getting cash now. It's gonna take some time. They're moving it back. What was the? You sent me a clip. Someone said it real well. Trump is like with the money they will.
Oh, they're like he's like a contractor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like a contractor.
Yeah. When it gets close to the due date, they're like, man, this and this happened and that happened.
Need a little
bit
more time,
and it's gonna take us a little bit longer.
Or like a mechanic. You know what? I'm gonna need a little bit more power.
I was down there and I saw this.
Yeah, now your timing belt. Yeah, you gotta get your alternator.
I'm gonna take care of that for you though.
I get it for you.
Indian Health Services got $1 billion, 32 million. I was just gonna leave the 32 million out, but
he did something for minority, didn't he? I seen something about minority. I seen African.
The John F. Kennedy Center for Performing Arts, $25 million for operations and maintenance. For operations and maintenance to prevent, prepare for, and respond to coronavirus, domestically and internationally.
It's just weird.
Kennedy Center for Performing Arts. That was the one that Pelosi would not let it go. She would not let this bill go through unless she had that in there. That $25 million of your money.
And that's what they do. They're like, hey, if you want to win my vote, if you want me to pass this bill, I want you to put this in there. I want you to put this in there. Hey, I want you to hook my people up with money. So this is how it works.
So wildfire management got $7 million. Because I guess coronavirus starts fires. Did you know that?
No, it's in the air. No, it's not airborne.
It starts fires, though.
Oh, but you did know that they did
wildfires.
They said that corona can stay on like wood and like hard surface for a while. So you got all those trees.
So maybe, yeah.
So if people been out in that trees kind of touching,
you think it'll catch fire? But you think it
because they go like then they touch the tree and stuff. Do Indians? Have you ever seen an Indian?
I don't think you're doing it right.
Get it?
So
wildlife was in the corona bill.
Wildlife?
You said so the wildlife.
Yeah, that's in there. Wildlife's in there. They got some. Let's see what wildlife.
All these congressmen was like, hey, if you want it passed, this is what you need to do for me. Yeah, this is what I want to do.
National Forest Service. Does that count?
And this all to stop
26.8 million.
Corona. It's funny that we got all these departments here to stop the corona, and we still ain't even got a vaccine. All these millions of
You're not
dollars.
going to get a vaccine there, partner.
All these millions of dollars. We got all hands on
It
deck.
takes 10 years to develop a vaccine.
You said
They're thinking at best they might be able to get one out in a year, and that's if they rush it.
you got all hands on
The
deck.
human
I did
trials,
hear that.
the human
because
trials
they
take
trials
forever,
and
man.
everything. Yeah, you're right.
The problem with it
That's
is,
something that you should
and I'm
talk
gonna
about,
tell you
the
something.
process of a vaccine.
Yeah,
That's a good
well,
one.
there's a huge process to go. For once you develop a vaccine, then you have to do animal testing, then you got to do human testing. The problem with human testing is you have to be careful because I can't remember exactly what it's called, but there's a instance where a vaccine can actually make the virus worse. It like amplifies the virus. So if you give this vaccine to a healthy person and then they contract the virus, it just blows up. So you have to test, you have to do these human trials for so long to ensure that doesn't happen, to make sure that you don't do. It's like there's a saying for it. Yeah. That's what it does. It actually amplifies the virus. So, of course, you don't want that. And it only happen in certain people, so they have to do a lot of human testing to ensure that this doesn't happen to healthy people. Yeah. And at best, they're thinking it could be a year before a vaccine comes out, if not 10 years. And the problem with that is we'll probably mostly have herd immunity by then, where the human race will just develop an immunity to this thing and we move on. This is the way God works.
Yeah.
God's amazing. Did I mention that yet in this stream? God is amazing. He is. I'm just
hungry.
Okay. I'm glad.
Please check your video resolution.
I don't know why it always comes up. Maybe that's why we always look blurry.
Could be.
Look, now it says excellent connection.
Yeah, excellent connection.
That's weird.
So, this is about your money. You're going to be getting that. It's coming. That's coming. Anyone out there that is like, hey, I don't believe it until I see it?
The Bureau of Water Reclamation, $12,500,000.
I got it a while back, years ago. I guess you remember when they did a stimulus pack. Well, who was in president?
I wonder what
was
Flint,
it Bush?
The Department of Water Reclamation got $12,500,000. I wonder what Flint can do with $12,500,000 for their water.
This ain't the first time.
Has anybody thought about that yet?
What's that?
They passed this $2.2 trillion crazy expensive package for this coronavirus thing. The people in Flint basically got forgotten about with their poisoned water.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. They couldn't pass a simple stimulus bill to fix Flint's water, but they can dump $2.2 million into the federal government for a virus?
Crazy. I agree.
That's stupid, man.
It is. It is. So that's the package. There was a time we you remember, was it under Obama? It might have been Bush did a stimulus package and everyone got money.
Yeah, Obama just did bailouts.
He did bailout, but I think
Bush did a stimulus package.
Yeah.
I think after 9/11.
I got money.
I got money. I got like $1,000, I think.
Yeah, I got money. I remember.
Yeah, I got money. I think.
Look at that. I don't even remember what that package was about. What was that about?
9/11, I think.
What? So he just gave. I can't remember why.
Wasn't it like a recession or something after 9/11 or?
So he to stimulate the economy.
Yeah, it was a stimulation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember. I did get money that time when Bush was in. George Bush. Okay, so you want to know what Lord Jamar thinks about the money?
Oh, we got some commentary from Lord Jamar.
Lord Jamar had commentary about the whole stimulus package and about the government, and so let's play that and see what he said.
All right.
Guys, before he plays it, I'm going to put a link because the video is going to be playing up. I'm actually on his channel. I'm actually on Dave.
And you don't want to miss Large Jamar.
So if you want to see it, then go to his channel. The link is here. Boom. And that way you won't see the green screen. I just have a green screen because I just propped up while on his channel. But if you want to stay here, you'll just hear it, but you won't actually see it. Evolve. When you have time, search Michael Jackson Dave on YouTube. You'll know enough. Apparently there's something with your name. Dave. Michael Jackson Dave. Okay.
That's interesting.
Interesting. So
here we go. Oh, it's probably an ad. Yeah.
There's an ad right now. If you want to go to his channel right now, that way you can see the video, Large Jamar, where he talks about the government and stuff, and we'll be posting it, and we'll start in 10 seconds. The link is up. Just click on the link. Make sure while you're there, subscribe because
we're trying to hit 200 tonight.
Yeah. Oh. Roll to 200. Where are you at?
I'm gonna need some more revs.
Where are you at?
148, I think.
148. See, this is what you got to do right now.
What?
The people want to why you got to give them a sense of, hey, yo. Everyone that subscribed right now, you're shouting them out, or you're shouting their channel out, or whatnot, or you're giving them $1,000 more for their stimulus package.
In other words, you want me to lie to you?
No, but
I'm gonna give you 1,000 bot coins. Matu's bot coins.
No, 1,000. Oh shoot, Matu makes T-shirts.
Bot coins.
No, check this out. She makes a T-shirt.
She makes T-shirts for bot coins.
Why don't we have like a T-shirt giveaway? She make us some shirts, and everyone that subscribed on that day, we'll put their names in live. We'll put their names in a hat. Whoever
the first 10 we get gets a T-shirt.
No, whoever you'll pull out two names. It's a draw for everyone that subscribed that night. They get in we'll have a hat here. Boom, 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 and then at a certain time or when we reach it, we'll pull out name. And we'll ship the shirt.
We'll say the shirt will be like Large Jamar's a Libertarian or something.
I don't know. We can let them custom do it.
They can customize their own.
They can customize what they want.
You just send us your graphics and we'll hook it up.
That's amazing. That one.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's tight.
That's right.
Okay, so let's play what Large Jamar had to say about the stimulus.
All right. Large Jamar. Here we go.
Get ready.
Puffy's baby mother, Kim Porter, she actually died of lobar pneumonia.
Wait.
In 2018.
Yeah.
So we all know, everyone knows who Puffy is. And if you know Puffy...
Yeah.
Did he say baby mother? I mean, I'm pretty white, and I know what a baby mama is. I've never heard of
you, he's the whitest guy
I've never heard of baby mother.
Baby mother, I even
This guy's like Carlton White.
I told you.
Did you get that, Carlton?
And he will walk. No.
Baby mother. He said, what? I'm gonna play it again.
I didn't even catch that, but I told you he's pretty white.
Baby mother, Kim
He
Porter.
did say baby mother. No one
actually
said
died,
that. That's funny. That's a good
pneumonia.
catch. I told you he's the whitest person.
2018.
He wants to be in the community so bad.
So we all know, everyone knows who Puffy is. And if you know Puffy,
I don't know who Buffy is.
He did.
you know who Kim Porter
Puff
is
Daddy.
if you do a little bit of research. So we're all connected to someone we know who died of pneumonia not that long ago.
Right.
So this happens. This happens. It's a serious thing. Everyone be careful out there. I think we'll get through it just fine. It's
We
annoying,
are.
but
Listen, I'm more worried about how the government and all that is responding to this than I am of an actual virus.
Let's pause.
I'm more worried about the civil liberties that y'all motherfuckers are just gonna.
Whoa!
So let's check it out. Let's go. So we'll have to go back a little bit. So what he said is that. So what do you think about that? He said that. Hey, you know what? I'm more worried about how the government responds
with you, man.
than the coronavirus.
I'm sorry. I'm on Large Jamar's side right here. Me too.
Like you're more worried.
Civil liberties, man. I mean, should I read my rant?
I guess we can after this, but okay. So you are Team Large Jamar right now.
On that one, yeah. On that little 5-second clip right there, I'm all with him.
So you believe that there's,
I'm worried about this, man.
So you believe that there's
this has been
governments you believe that government is more of a threat than the coronavirus right now?
always and forever.
What do you all think?
In the past 100 years, there's only one institution on the planet that's responsible for killing 260 million people. Not including soldiers fighting in wars. Not including them. 260 million people. World governments are responsible for killing that many people. Only institution on the planet.
Evolvers, libertarians, what do you all... I'd like to know what you all think. Let's bring it back one more time. And remember to stop at 52 once he says civil liberties. Let's hear what he said.
We'll go back 10 seconds. 42.
There we go.
How the government and all that is responding to this than I am over actual virus. I'm more worried about the civil liberties that y'all motherfuckers are just going to willingly give away because you're so fucking scared that's the type of shit I'm worried about. That's what the conscious community is more worried about. We're not really worried about this fucking shit.
I'm part of the conscious community. I don't know what that means, but
woke.
It sounds important. I'm woke.
You woke. Part of the woke. You woke.
I'm gonna read my rant after this
It
really applies to this.
So you're feeling that? You're still feeling what Lord Jamar is saying? So what did he say?
This is ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous what the government's doing to us right now. And all y'all just letting it happen. Just like, hey, but people are dying. Let me tell you something. See, I can say the stuff like Lord Jamar says, but I can do it without cursing because I actually have a vocabulary and half a brain. So, let me tell you something. People die, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody dies. So, quit saying people are dying. People are dying whether there's coronavirus or whether there's not. People are always dying. So make it relevant. Make it relevant that people are dying, and that's worth giving up all of our liberties that millions of people have fought and sacrificed their lives. Not just died, but sacrificed their lives for that liberty. And you're just going to give it away back to the organization that they fought to get it from. That's the thing that bothers me.
Can you think of an example in history or another example in time before this when government used fear tactics to get the citizens to feel a certain way or to do something?
9/11, Patriot Act. Mm-hmm. That's that fast. Okay. The one they keep renewing every 6 months or something like that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Frankie, this is part of a step to one world order. Things keep happening all the time. The virus is a cover-up for greater things, like changing laws to benefit one world order. 9 agrees with that. What do you think on that?
You know, that sounds like conspiracy theory stuff, but you know...
I mean, the virus is real. We all agree that the virus is real. It's not just a made-up thing. It is real and happening.
Sure, okay.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
Establish that.
Must be.
Because people are dying,
but, you know,
and they got masks.
I used to say, I don't like sounding like a conspiracy theorist, but I find myself saying that a little bit too much now because a lot of the conspiracy theorists are starting to look like they ain't so much of a theorist anymore. You know what I mean? Like their conspiracies aren't really theories. I mean, because this is like a huge power grab, man. I mean, it's like the government is just seizing control of everything. Yeah. And it's for a libertarian, it's frightening. I mean, and finally some libertarians are jumping up. And
I got a citation because
for walking in the park.
I was walking my dog.
And it's not even a big dog. This is a wiener dog.
She's got a little wiener dog.
She's got a little dachshund wiener dog.
So, you can't walk the sidewalk now. You can't do that. You can't be in your front yard.
You can't be playing basketball in your driveway with your neighbors.
In your driveway with your neighbors. You can't do that. So it is power. This is a lot of power, but I do want to establish that, yes, there is a coronavirus.
The thing that bothers me about that, you know, the thing that bothers me about you getting that ticket was the purpose of this. This is why we have to restrain government. Because the police, you can't restrain the police. You have to restrain it at the law part. So they passed this law that says that it's off limits. Him walking his dog, whether it was through the park, on the side of the park, on the sidewalk, I don't care where it was, he was by himself. Mm-hmm, sure. He was not threatening to spread this virus to anybody.
Except to my dog, but dogs can't get it.
Well, Frankie wouldn't mind anyways. As long as you go down together, I'm sure she'd be fine with that.
Well, ride or die.
That's right. But, you know, he was not a threat to society in any way whatsoever. Why is he getting a ticket? Because he violated this law that they put into effect. That's supposed to protect us, right? But he's not threatening anybody, so who are they trying to protect? But he still got the ticket. That's the problem.
Some believe like Frank he said this is my whole thing. I agree there's a big power grab and a lot of it is leading to it, but I don't agree when I hear things like this, like what Frankie say, is the virus is real, but it was created by governments, and the virus was already around for 30 years or something, but I don't believe it was created by the government.
Coronaviruses have been around for 30
coronavirus
years.
is a thing.
The reason they call this the novel coronavirus.
Yeah, because it's never...
Because it's new.
Yeah, it's new, and that's why we don't have a vaccine for it, because we've never seen it before, because it's something new that was passed from animals to... I mean,
Yeah, that's what makes it corona.
Yeah, we keep it, that's how we do with all infections.
SARS was a coronavirus.
Yeah, it was SARS, and all of these were coronaviruses, and we found a vaccine, and we found a way, and this is just something new.
You going to take the vaccine?
No, I don't put none of that stuff in. I never took vaccines, antibiotics.
You going to take the vaccine?
I don't do any antibiotics or nothing like that.
I'm not taking
Of course it's made, because if it's random, why not have a virus 70 times stronger? Because you guys are hooked on... of course it's made, because it is random. Why not have a virus 70 times stronger? Because everyone dies. Look at one clean point. At one clean point. The world is moving towards cashless transactions. How do you take control of the world? By taking control of money. If there's no cash, it's easier to control.
You weren't here for my talk about the economy yesterday, about the artificial economy.
Should have been here.
Yeah. So we're either really, really screwed right now, or we're really, really screwed right now. So either we have a real economy that operates in an ecosystem that has ebbs and flows, and right now we're in a serious ebb, and the market's crashing, the economy's crashing, unemployment's going to go through the roof. They just borrowed $2.2 trillion, which is going to raise inflation. So we either have all this stuff that's going to happen, and which would probably lead us into the next Great Depression, or nothing's going to happen, and we have a completely artificial economy that's controlled by a few bankers working in the Fed, controlling it by interest rates and other different means. So, either way, we're screwed.
Yeah, I just want to know, because coronavirus is real, and like I said, it was created, but it's been proven.
I got the corona.
The government
I got the corona.
Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people dying. It's hard to benefit. But anyway, there's that. I guess we finished what Lord Jamar was saying.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of digging what you're saying now.
Because guess what? Just like I said, with the seed in the soil, we've already been fucking juicing and, you know what I mean, eating good, stop eating swine and shit. We've been making our soil where it's not susceptible to shit like this.
The hell is he talking about now?
Right,
How did he go from... He was talking about the government taking control.
He's always going to bring it back to him at some point. Whatever he say. But yeah, he's
seed in the soil. He's talking about...
He's talking about
the 5%.
The 5%ers.
5%ers they're immune to the coronavirus.
They already knew what the white person was trying to do. See, he believes what they were saying. They're trying to feed us these vaccines and feed us this stuff, but we already immune ourselves to it. We've already stopped eating that swine. We stopped eating and taking what the white man was getting.
You haven't stopped eating that swine. Oh, you love some bacon.
I love bacon.
We already on this type of shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, remember to come back. You're a real reaction.
That's not really the part that's so much scary for me. I'm not really worried about dying. I mean, nobody wants to get sick. You know what I mean? I think maybe you probably could get sick from it. But as far as how many people it's going to kill, But I don't even want to get sick. I don't want to catch nothing. So if y'all got something going around, I'd rather not fuck with it. But I'm more worried about how the government and all of this is using this as a way to get more control over the population.
Well, I'll tell you this. You see a lot of big celebrities that are testing positive. You know, you mentioned Idris Elba. We talked about Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Tom Hanks.
A-listers, by any stretch of the imagination.
Pink just got...
Pink. Tom Hanks, he's a weird one. You know Tom Hanks, he's a big part of the, what is that?
Scientology?
Scientology.
Is it?
He's huge in that. Like, he has...
Like him and Tom Cruise?
Yes, they're huge in that, man. And the amount of money that they put... Oh, man, we do a whole episode on Scientology.
That's a religion that was created by L. Ron Hubbard, who was a science fiction novelist. I always found that interesting. My brother read that book, Dianetics.
That's insane. But yeah, so I forget what he's saying. No, but when he said Tom Hanks, a bunch of celebrities. But yeah, you can go on unless you had something.
All right, let me go back.
A-listers, by any stretch of the imagination. Now, people hear about it and, okay, that's worrisome and so forth. At the point that one of these major celebrities actually dies from coronavirus, that's when you're going to see a real freak out.
And that's crazy too, because why should it take a celebrity for people to freak out? Like, if it is real, anybody dying from it should make you freak out. Why a
6,000.
celebrity? You know what I mean?
US.
And again, like...
See, he don't believe it is real. He did say if it is real.
Have any underlying...
Did he say it?
You see what I'm saying?
Go back
like,
a little bit.
So much shit.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't believe the coronavirus.
You know that they didn't have any underlying... You see what I'm saying? Like, so much shit that goes into it. And, like, say a celebrity dies, do we know that they didn't have any underlying... You see what I'm saying? Is real. Anybody dying from it.
Just right there.
And that's crazy too, because why should it take a celebrity for people to freak out? Like, if it is real, real, anybody dying from it should make you freak out. Why a celebrity? You know what I mean? And again, like, say a celebrity dies, do we know that they didn't have any underlying... You see what I'm saying? Like, so much shit that goes into it. And again, this shit could be real. I'm just saying, it's hard to take the word of a liar. It's hard to take the word of a liar, bro. It's hard to take the word of someone who's constantly lied to me all my life about multiple things.
It's about
some of the simplest things.
It's true, though.
Now, I just got to take your word on this. I can't.
We keep doing it, though.
Well, yesterday there were 13 deaths in one particular New York City hospital.
Aww.
This guy's all hard.
Like, bro, there's cities that, motherfuckers, 13 people could get killed in a week.
If I said that on my channel, I would lose all my subs.
And especially if you did that
laugh. Yeah.
See, I'm okay. Yes, I figured he was about to say, yeah, people die every day, but then 13 people die. I was
so?
Yeah, that's a bit much, but he's got me like, all right, you can speak on it. But yeah, it's just, yeah.
The guy had me for, like this long, and this, I couldn't listen to it.
There's cities that, motherfuckers, 13 people could get killed in a weekend on some shooting shit. Like, ain't nobody calling that a pandemic. Like, there's so much other shit out there that takes much more life.
That's true.
We're not banning. We're not keeping people inside. Like, it's just fucking why this.
It's what?
Yeah, yeah, that was weird. I don't know what he said. Bring it back. Sound like weird. I don't know.
Bring it back. I don't even know where we were at.
I'm just right there. Wow, you brought it all the way there.
That takes much more life. That we're not banning, we're not keeping people inside. Like, it's just fucking why this?
Is he saying whitest?
Why this? Why this? That's what he said. Just why this? You know, why are we locking people in their houses over this?
Oh, because
I thought he said why this? I thought he said whitest.
Like, why are
it's like, why you gotta go after white people for everything?
There's so many stuff that's happening, killing people.
Yeah.
So why this?
Why this?
Why you choose
are we?
to do? That does bring up a point. I mean,
why this?
Why did you choose this pandemic to start now? What's going on? Right around election time. Why this? Why are you choosing this one and whatnot? People are just content. Your people are just enjoying. They ain't got much conversation. They're just listening.
Yeah. Ma too ain't even chimed in a while.
See what I'm saying? Sick of hearing that says it every time he opens his lying mouth. Large Jamar is just as racist as people like him who promotes.
Hey, anybody want to call in?
Oh, you
just holler in chat if you want to call in.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna
post the number.
Take 5 and give you some time. We'll put in. He'll type in the call-in number there. I'll type in the call-in number here. Let us know if you want to call in. I guess we're gonna take some calls.
Yeah, we can.
Let's
anybody wants
calls.
to call
Anyone
in?
want to call in and talk about what we
maybe Matu can call in.
What we were talking about. I tried to get her to do a segment. She said she'll do. I think she said tomorrow on making masks. Making a how to make
coronavirus mask.
Yeah, instead of so.
And I want to tell y'all something. The coronavirus mask is for you people that are healthy.
Yeah.
So you don't, if you happen to be a carrier, and you're not showing symptoms, you don't get other people sick. So that's why you should be wearing masks. If you have a mask, or you can get your hands on a mask, or just cover up your mouth so you ain't spitting all over the place. We don't care because, I mean, it's ride or die. Ride or die.
Yeah, so I thought that would be a good segment. Her and your two boys were stepping out there doing their own segment.
Oh,
making
really? Yeah. How to make a coronavirus mask?
Because, it's preferable that you make your own instead of using the medical ones, because we need to conserve them for the medical professions, those that need it the most.
I'm just not going. I have a mask.
No, but you can make your own from home.
I know, but I had one and it's gone. I think Large Jamar stole it.
Yeah. So what is that? We put it in the call-in number. Dave's gonna be taking calls. You guys want to call in? Maybe you disagree. Maybe you have something to say. Maybe you want to let us know what is up.
And give me if you do call in, a couple things.
Area code.
If you call in.
Oh, go ahead.
If you call in, try not to use like Large Jamar language. Just try to keep it clean. And give it a second, because I have to actually press a button in order to accept the call. So if it sounds like it's going to a machine, just give it a second. Let me accept the call. So I think that's probably where the other caller thought we hung up on him, or something, or that we weren't taking his call, because you have to push a button in Google Voice in order to accept the call. So if you call in, give it a second, let the machine do its little talking, and then let me hit the button to accept the call.
Boom.
I don't know what happened to it.
What's that?
I had a medical mask.
Oh.
Grandpa gave it to me.
See, that's the thing. You guys shouldn't be using.
Because Grandpa got like a stack of them.
I've got a medical mask. I didn't bring my back there. But,
you should wear it because it's protecting other people. It's for the other people. That's why we're supposed to be wearing masks. So
yeah.
So let's do it, people. Okay, if you got something, then do it. Or you know what? Just put a plastic bag over your head.
No, we're talking. They're making real masks.
No, you could just get a plastic bag.
Right, and just
and then just tie it up, and then nothing will get out. You know what I mean? You won't. Oh. Don't put plastic bag over your head. And if we have any youngins that are watching this,
see, now we're gonna get demonetized for
not
promoting.
Put plastic bags over your heads. They will suffocate you, and you're gonna pass out and possibly die. So do not put plastic bags over your heads. Do not eat Tide Pods. What is the other one? What else?
No.
Don't play with electrical sockets.
Christy's here. She said she went to Hobby Lobby for fabric and new needles, and she's for her sewing machine, but they are closed. No, we're gonna Matu. You don't even need all that.
Matu's got it. Huh? She's not gonna do the napkin thing, is she?
No, no. But there's legit hard. Chill. Run a boy. No practice. Guys, come tomorrow. That's a huge.
Hey, and invite your friends to the channel. We try to get 200 subs.
Hey, you should do that tomorrow. You're gonna give your custom shirt away.
Custom shirt. You design it.
200.
I should probably ask her if she's okay with
probably
she should probably.
I've always thought she's in the chat. She's not. I guess maybe she's.
Who knows what she's doing? She's probably sleeping. She dumps the kids off on grandma, and then she goes and takes a nap. And she goes and takes a nap.
That's hilarious. Hey, so okay, so Frank loves to call and chat with y'all. I'm in Cali. Well, call in.
Cali? What part of Cali? You gonna call in?
I'm calling. Talk about something. See what he's doing.
I'm from Cali.
Are you? Yeah, you are from Cali.
Yep. You are. Born and raised.
Guys, we got 3 more minutes before we end this calling session, and we're gonna go back in. So, what do you want to do?
What do you want? We want to end it?
No, I'm just saying. Then we're gonna go to the next segment.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about the economy. Man. I got a video queued up for the economy.
We just pause real quick.
Are we gonna do your grand poobah crap? Or are we gonna do the economy? We're gonna go with your.
We go with Now we'll go head over to more economy and stuff, just to go from there.
He's living on the inside,
Australia, not Cali. Oh,
Australia. No, I've never been. I've always wanted to go. Do you guys have any land left that's not burnt in Australia? Y'all had some pretty bad fires in the last decade or so. And that's such a beautiful place.
Hey, you got someone here local. Mysteries.
I always like talking to a...
Mysteries.
Hey, Texas, that's what I'm talking about. The Lone Star State. Big Texas, that's where we're at. We're in Texas.
We're in Texas right now.
If you draw a line to the furthest southwest point in Texas,
that's us. That's where we'll be.
El Paso.
Right there.
Come and say hi. We'll put you on the show.
We will.
Yeah. Why not? What part of Texas?
Guys, lines are open. I'm going to put the call-in number one more time before we move on to our next. This is the time to chat. If you want to talk about anything that we said thus far, that is his channel, so you won't see the green screen.
You know what I like talking about Australians with? Especially if they live in Australia? She's in Kingwood, Texas. I don't know where that's at.
Do everyone in Australia talk like the Geico from the commercial?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, not all of them. They have different accents, believe it or not, depending on where they're at in Australia.
Hi, mate.
Yeah. And some of them got thicker accents.
Do they all
you know what was cool though? Let me tell you an Australia story. I'm gonna tell you an Australia story. When I was deployed during OIF-1, I was deployed in OIF-1. When we first got there, we were in the initial camp that you go to before you go off to the front line, and it was coalition forces, right? So all kinds of different countries there.
Right.
And me and my buddies were talking, and we're like, man, we were there for a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
And so we met up with some Australians, and we're like, man, I could use a beer. And he's like, you want a beer? He's like, come over. So the Australians take it, because you're not supposed to have any beer at this time. No beer over there, right? There was no alcohol whatsoever. But the Australians and the Germans, yeah, you weren't taking their beer. So we went and had some Fosters in the Australians' tent. Australians are cool. They're cool.
They're cool.
In my book, forever for that. For hooking us up with a couple brews while we were deployed. So then when we came back when we were on our way back,
right?
After everything, we tried to find the Australians or the Germans again. I don't know where they were.
All right. So,
yeah, I guess nobody's calling in.
No.
I don't see any. Yeah, no. I got Google Voice open right now.
Boom. Nothing. Give me another 60 seconds.
Yeah. So. It's a tripod, man.
Yeah, it is.
Why is it?
That's always raggedy. That was a strong one.
I always like to talk to Australians about gun control.
It's like hearing them
Because
talk.
they banned all their guns.
Did they really?
Mass turn-in. They had like a...
Dang it, I can't get this
Yeah, so they're always trying to say that, oh, it worked in Australia. It should work in the U.S.
Yeah. All right.
All
So,
right.
want to lead us to our next save?
We're going to do this Grand Poobah Lord Jamar one?
No, wait. No, that was just a freestyle.
That was the freestyle?
That was the freestyle.
Oh, we already did that. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm going to get rid of that then.
Yeah.
So we're going to listen. This is going to be a serious one. And we're going to listen. This is guys talking about the economy, and I heard it, and I was, he hits it on the nail on the head, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
About how bad it could get. Now, this only applies if, like I said before, there's not an actual artificial economy, which, I halfway hope there is, because otherwise, we might have some bad juju happen, man. I don't know. I'm not an economist, so I don't want to make any predictions.
Yeah, Frank said they don't have guns.
Australia? No. They still got murders, though.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Guys, I'll put up the link. That way you can see the video up there.
The world is talking about corona.
Okay.
You want to watch the CDC ad?
Oh, gosh.
Let's watch the CDC ad. Looks like a public service announcement.
Oh.
Am I not on the...
Virus.
The world's talking about it.
But it's hard to know what to listen to. We have answers to your questions, like
This is a 1 minute
who's
ad.
most at risk for coronavirus?
You can't skip it.
People over 65. People with underlying medical conditions like heart disease, chronic lung disease, asthma, diabetes. People undergoing cancer treatment.
Good way to give it
People
all
with
the
weakened
people that
immune
are putting such
systems.
a strain on the medical system, right?
What should you do if you or a loved one is at higher risk? Avoid close contact with people. Avoid crowds. Stay home if you can. Wash your hands frequently. Learn more ways to protect yourself and others at coronavirus.gov. Together, we can help stop the spread.
Why don't they ever do this for the flu and stuff?
Coming up, millions of Americans have lost their jobs, as I said, because of the coronavirus. But how much worse could it get? Steve Moore dissects the dire economic situation we're facing and what we can do to turn things around. He joins us now. Steve, the numbers today were just brutal. I mean, we're just beginning to see the real economic carnage from shutting this nation down now for another month. And from what I'm hearing, this could go on till June. The metrics, are they changing? Are they right? I have no idea, but a lot of people have a lot of questions tonight. Your thoughts on where we are given the numbers that are just rolling in?
Well, Laura, we have about 30% of our economy that's virtually shut down right now, and that is going to increase as more states, including Virginia and Maryland, move to a total lockdown on their economy, except for...
More than what I thought.
30? I know, right? It's like 80 here in El Paso, man. It's like if you don't have a restaurant or a grocery store, you're not open.
Not open.
We do have a lot of restaurants, though. A lot of restaurants in El Paso.
Food is essential, man. That's weird. 30. Okay.
Governor said church is essential, too.
Not anymore.
No, churches are essential.
Dang.
Governor said so.
Oh, yeah, governor.
The mayor said no.
Mayor said no.
But governor said church is essential.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, all of us Christians said, we know. Anyways, my church is essential.
No, exactly.
Oh.
Essential.
Oops. He just say something about essential. Go back a little bit. I'm learning.
There you go.
Move to a total lockdown on their economy, except for essential businesses. So it's a scary situation. We've never seen anything quite like this before in terms of the economic damage. And one of the points that I've been making, and by the way, the Lieutenant Governor made a very smart point that this isn't the economy versus health and safety. We can do both. We can have a functioning economy and use really smart public health measures to try to make sure that we don't go into June or July or August with our economy shut down. Because if that happens...
So why didn't we do that to begin with? Why didn't we institute some strong public health measures and keep our economy going to begin with? You know, maybe we could have gotten, maybe we could have not violated everybody's civil liberties and still was able to contain this thing. We could have at least maybe tried. You know?
Yeah, well, before you start, we just wait too long to prepare for stuff. Like, we wasn't prepared for this. Although, you know, Bill...
How do you know we weren't prepared for this? They look like they were pretty prepared to shut us down.
Probably. It was pretty prepared for that, yeah. Bill Gates...
this isn't the first pandemic that we've had. This isn't the first virus that has went rampant around the world. It's not even the first one this decade.
Bill Gates have 6 months ago, he said that on the TED Talk, the video was 6 months ago, he said that a pandemic is about to happen in the U.S. This was 6 months ago. I was looking at...
pandemic isn't just U.S., so pandemic is worldwide.
Yeah, and he said it's about to happen, and we need to get prepared. And he talked about bunkers and how to stop the spread.
Bunkers?
He talked about bunkers.
So put the bunker background back. Get back in the bunker.
Right. He talked about stopping the spread and how we're gonna need to react. This was Bill Gates in his TED Talk 6 months ago, and
back in the bunker.
We're back in the bunker.
We're back in the bunker.
And then 5 months ago, he purchased a $654 $1 million yacht, and it's huge, and it's just isolated, and there's a body of water, and it's pretty interesting, as if he knew something. I just thought it was interesting. We are in the bunker again.
I put it back.
Bill Gates. Okay.
Yeah. So he's okay with leaving the economy shut down because he can go hang out on his $264 million yacht.
It's crazy. Yeah, let's go.
Happens,
Talk to me,
I
Steve.
think you're going to be looking at millions of small businesses fail. You're going to see potentially not 3 million unemployed as we saw last week, but that number could go to 10 to 20 to 30 million. We've never seen that any other time in this country.
Small businesses are the backbone of the economy, for one. And the saddest part about small businesses is every small business is somebody's American dream. That's the thing about small businesses is it's not just like a big corporation where you just take over as a CEO because you're a really smart, well-spoken dude. No, these are somebody's dreams. You know what I mean? They got an idea and they said, I want to turn this idea into something that I can do for a living so I can be happy. Not everybody, but most of them. That's usually where the small businesses start out. So this is somebody's dream that is getting crushed over this. Take that into consideration. And then you wonder why, you know how much, there was 5,000 suicides during that little recession we had in 2008. 5,000 people killed themselves over the economy. I don't even know, but I wonder what the rate is right now. Already, just in this past month, actually it's just been maybe 3 weeks that we've had the economy shut down. I wonder what the suicide rate is right now. I wonder if there's more suicides happening than coronavirus deaths. That's what I'm talking about, how the economy can kill people. And it's sad. And then he talks about 3 million people on unemployment, and it could go up to 30 million. 30 million is literally, it's 10% of the U.S. population. Men, women, and children. Not even able to work population. It's 10% of the entire population. If it gets up to 30 million. 3 million is 1% of the entire population. So I mean, that's crazy.
No, you make some good points.
3 million people on unemployment. That's crazy. Those unemployment numbers, though, it's crazy. You should look up on all the different ways that politicians can manipulate those numbers.
You know who pays for unemployment? Where that cash come from?
It's free money. It's free money, right?
You're saying what? The more people that gets unemployed, then you better believe.
Do you know who pays for unemployment? You think the government pays for unemployment. Employers pay for unemployment.
Yeah.
So you pay for unemployment. They take part of your check. They put it in unemployment. Then your employer matches, and I think it's plus 6.5%.
Somewhere around there.
It's like 6.5. Your employer matches whatever you pay.
Oh, it was like 2.65, but something.
Yeah, something. And then your employer matches what you pay, plus something on top of it, and then the government covers the rest. So that's the unemployment. That's how unemployment's paid for.
Just say that.
And you think it just comes from the government.
After all this settled down, that's one of the things that's going to be hit the most. You're going to see more taken out of your check.
Yeah. Because they got to pay for everybody else's unemployment.
It's going to see
that's the same thing with every social safety net works that way. Social safety nets are drains on the economy. I mean, they are drain. They're like sucking chest wounds on the economy.
It's funny because all these people would have extra. They would already have this extra cash net, this extra 3,000 or 2,000.
They can't be trusted with that
or
extra
4,000 if they didn't have to give in Social Security. All that money that they've been taking out right now, they would have been good.
But the thing is they wouldn't have saved it because they can't be trusted with their own money. So the government, because we can trust the government with our money. With our money to make sure that we're taken care of later, because the government's going to take care of that money so they can give it back to us later. Because we can't be trusted with our own money because we won't save it, and then we'll put ourselves in harm's way.
All that money that could have been saving right now for a rainy day, and all that money we put in Social Security, we can't use that for a rainy day like times like this. The government can use our money, but if we had all that money that we paid in Social Security in our own stuff, we would have been set for a rainy day. We don't need your $1,200. We broke because we didn't. You got ourselves.
Bobby's starting to get it. Bobby's figuring it out.
I've been got it.
He's figuring it out. He's getting.
I've always talked about Social Security.
We need to get your brother on this show.
He'll probably call in. He would never.
He call in?
He probably would. I'll probably get him to call in and talk. He talks.
I should get my brother to call in.
He talks a bunch of stuff.
I should get my brother to call in. He always likes insulting me though. It makes him feel big. Maybe if I start talking about him, maybe he'll probably on here. No, if he was, he would say something. He would have said something in chat. If I just me mentioning him, he would have been like, "Shut your mouth, dude."
Josh, I guess your son.
Yeah, Josh. Josh is my son.
I guess he's gaming right now.
He was playing Warcraft 3, the remake of Warcraft 3.
Okay, I guess we go on. Let's see what else is in. Let's see what someone else.
I do got a gaming channel, Twitch.
There you go.
If anybody's interested, plug my Twitch channel, Libertarian Dave on Twitch. All right, let's go ahead and keep listening.
Well, that's a depression. Yeah, Steve, that's a depression.
Oh, let me go back. Sorry,
let's be honest about what that...
I know, I got to get used to this reaction stuff, man. This is what I want to do with this channel, so I can go live more often, or I can do some more videos and stuff, is I want to do reactions to like newscasts and stuff. So I need to get, whoa, I'm all crazy here.
When people want to be honest about this horrific virus that we're dealing with, and the numbers, are horrible, and when they peak or when they don't peak, but the numbers here, these are people. These are the lives of small businesses and their employees and their mothers and fathers and kids and at-risk kids who are home and not able to go to school. And I mean, this is, I want to read this. This is a Federal Reserve projecting from St. Louis. Coronavirus job losses could total 47 million. The unemployment rate could hit 32%. That's what they're estimating right now based on this shutdown going on till the end of April. And then perhaps if we're following some of these new metrics, maybe June or even later, as you said, maybe the fall, or heck, let's...
I don't think people understand, or maybe viewers don't understand the severity of the severity of unemployment rates being so high.
32.1% unemployment rate.
That's crazy.
That's people not working. I mean, you basically have to go to socialism. That's what happened during the Great Depression. They became totally dependent on the government. Government food lines. It was communism. Mm-hmm. Food lines and bread lines and just to feed your family. You could either go try to work for pennies somewhere. You couldn't have. They didn't have minimum wage back then.
We'll save us all. Bernie will save us.
Bernie will save us. Bernie will save us. Trump's gonna save us. You can do your Trump impression again?
We talked about it. Y'all talked about it yesterday. Y'all talked about my Bernie.
Bernie sounded like Obama. They're both Democrats, but I don't mean they have to sound the same.
Bernie's still going strong, man. Biden is the clear winner. They said that Bernie has a 2% chance of winning. He's still going. That's what I read. Right. They added 2%.
Well, I mean, look at him. You can tell that guy never quits. I'm on PC, Mike. He's on Xbox.
I'm on Xbox.
Look up. I am the way.
I'm the way.
I'm the way.
I am DAWAY.
Yeah. I'm on PC though. I either go by sapper usually because I was a sapper in the army. So that's a problem. That's what I'm saying. Is this is the worst case scenario. If we actually have a real economy, this is a good possibility. If we don't do something like ASAP to get back to work, to get people back to work, ASAP, we can't do this. If we have an artificial economy, it's even scarier because that means there's a couple bankers up in the Fed that are controlling everything. And it's frightening to think that people could have that much control. Thomas Massey talks about it in that interview that he did, that with this new bill that they just passed, they're authorizing the Fed to just do whatever they want. So they can manipulate the market any way that they want. And you think about it, if you can manipulate the market through interest rates, then you could
controlled by the government though.
The Fed, the economy.
Oh, okay.
If you let it, what this is, it's allowing the Fed to take control of the economy, so the Fed can control interest rates. So if they decide tomorrow we're going to raise interest rates, so today I'm going to place investments in this area. We're going to raise interest rates in this area, so our investments will skyrocket. I mean, so they can easily just. I feel like making a couple billion tomorrow, so I'm going to go make a couple billion. That's frightening. So either way, you're either going to get this or you got that. So either way, it just doesn't look good. What is up with this thumbs down thing?
Yeah, thumbs down.
Who is this Luli Marino person?
She gave you a thumbs down.
She gave me a thumbs down.
Oh.
Are you the one disliking my videos?
That's Lou.
I know.
I just got it. I was like, wait, she ain't on mine too.
Yeah, I don't know. She's gonna be like, oh, oops.
That's all. It just came to me. I was like, wait.
All right, let's continue.
Let's call off Christmas.
Call off Christmas.
My feeling is, I think the president has made a smart declaration that we've got a date that we want to try to get the economy up and running again, at least in certain places of the country. You can certainly New York City is going to be shut down for a while, given how fast the virus has spread there. But there are parts of the country that really are fairly unaffected by this, and it doesn't make sense to have a universal standard for the whole country. In my estimation, Laura, if the president sticks with this
there's parts of the country that are unaffected by this.
Really?
So I guess like El Paso. I mean, we've got 100 sick here. We've had no deaths. We got 100 something sick, and we were like
That's been affected.
We were like the top 4 for worst cities as far as social distancing go.
But you know that.
Did you see that? We were top 4. Worst.
But you do know with regards to churches, it's just Texas and someone else. We are in all of the states. We are the only ones that put churches essential. Only ones. Learned that today.
Praise Jesus.
That said churches are essential and that they can still gather.
But they're supposed to maintain 6 feet apart.
Yeah, we are the only. I'm gonna look.
So
it up.
my pastor.
I got that from the doctor that I sent you. That I was on. He brought up.
That's
the
crazy.
country. Doctor. You know who I've been talking about? You. We found out that he had like 600K. I say like had 8K.
Oh, Richmond or something like that.
Yeah,
John.
Yeah, he talked about it today,
Richmond.
and he's like, "But I don't know what Texas is doing. Don't do it. That's
Our pastor.
But yeah, he talked about
our church is really. I mean, it's a really touchy-feely church. You go in there, you get hugs, and so. But our pastor was like, "There's no way I could control that." You know, try to maintain social distancing within the church. I mean, that's the whole point of church, is to fellowship and get, you know, see your brothers and sisters in Christ and be encouraged and to, you know, like, I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up, guy? Come on, man. That's not. So we actually do a 6 a.m. thing. It's like a big group hug at 6 a.m. Monday through Friday with my church. There's like 50 people on Zoom, 6 a.m. It's crazy.
Should do a Zoom call in. Should set that up for this one day.
Do a Zoom call in?
Randy can Zoom or something. I don't know.
Nobody wants to call in now.
No one wants to call in.
Maybe Ma too will call in. All right, let's continue.
This, and it doesn't make sense to have a universal standard for the whole country. In my estimation, Laura, if the president sticks with this April 30th deadline, and then we start opening up things, I think we can get past this. My worry is that when you start talking about May, June, July...
What happened to Easter?
He did say Easter.
What happened to Easter, man?
Moved it back. The contractor needed something came up. Wait, I didn't catch that. Yeah, he did say... Oh, 30th.
What happened to Easter, man? What happened to Easter? Yeah, are you telling me the government made us a promise and didn't? Did they not hold up their word again?
Dang, I trusted him.
Again? You trusted them again?
This time.
After this video, man, we're going to talk about my rant. I got to read this to people, man.
Go for it.
The economic damage cascades at a very fast pace. I talked to an executive from one of the airlines today, and they were saying, look, even if we started opening up in May, he said they're not going to really have even flights, full by any time in late fall. Yeah. So every week that goes by, the damage gets worse. But can I make another point that I think is important?
Real quick.
I talked to. We have businesses that are operating.
Stop. He said if they open up in May, they're not going to have flights full. I'm not buying it. They will book them suckers up quick.
Probably so.
They're talking airline executives.
Oh, yeah.
What are they worried about? They got like... do I need to read it? Let me see if I can find it.
There was another one I was wondering why they got so much money. And they were shut down. I don't know why the airline needed such a massive bailout.
It was like, I want to say it was like 50 billion or something.
Yeah, I couldn't understand why the airline they gave the airline so much money. Why they needed so much money during this coronavirus. I understand it. In the bill. He's got the bill right there, the actual bill. Now it was passed, and reading how much
there's just so much in it. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, this is like, that's all the spending, line after line of spending. So you wonder why it's like taking me so long. Like, oh, let me find. And there's no order, no rhyme or reason to it. I mean, it's just thrown in there. It's because they want to fit their little pork spending in between, like, stuff that could possibly look like it's important, like Department of Education. The schools that are all shut down right now, that are not spending any money at all, that are actually probably saving millions of dollars. Well, they're going to get an extra $30 billion on top of that, so $750 million. But it sounds like it's important because it's for the kiddos. It's education.
Kiddos, what about the roads, man?
About the roads. I know libertarians, we get that all the time. No, man, I can't be a libertarian because I like my roads.
The roads.
I like my roads. Libertarians get that all the time. All the time.
Forget the roads and the kids. How can you say no for the roads and the kids?
The roads and the kids, man. National Endowment of the Arts, $75 million. Yes.
Oh boy! All right.
Let's continue. Oh, NASA got got like 60 million too. I thought it was right around where NASA got their 60 million is where they put the aviation stuff. But National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration operations.
Said they are paving a main road right now because traffic is light.
That's a good idea. Good idea. Hit it while it's light. All right, let's continue then with this. I'll see if I can find that aviation thing.
We have FedEx, we have trucking companies, we have supermarkets, and it's interesting.
Hold up, we got it. I didn't go back. Okay, let's go.
We have businesses that are operating. We have FedEx, we have trucking companies, we have supermarkets, and it's interesting. They're not seeing widespread of the virus because they're taking very sound health measures, even though people are on to work. Why don't we?
Okay. That goes a little along.
So who is getting sick?
As far as the libertarian way, that the libertarians there would more advise and teach the people about being more far as health risks, but it keeps the economy. But hey, this is what you need, or even giving the people the masks and whatnot. You would more. That's the libertarian way. They wouldn't have shut down it, and that's what he would. I guess he's saying that hey, we still got Amazon and all these other people.
All these people are working. Postal workers.
They're doing.
They're still delivering the mail.
They're doing all
My
right.
brother's a mailman.
They're doing all right. It's my mark. They're doing all right. That's the point. Yes. They're not dying. They're not dying.
Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service, salaries and expenses, $55 million.
Makes a good point. That's actually a good point. These companies are still running, and I haven't heard about Amazon working dying yet. Or
they protest. They struck. They got a strike though. Well, 5 of them.
He was striking with gloves, a mask.
Five of them went on strike from Amazon. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. Oh, right here. Here's it. Aviation. Pandemic relief for aviation workers. It's even capitalized. $32 billion.
Why do they need so much money, the airlines right now? Tell me.
32
flying
billion.
nobody.
They got more money than you. Just the aviation workers got more money than we did because all of us combined was like $640 million. They got 32 billion.
What airplanes are more important than citizens?
Aviation workers.
The workers. Them the MVPs.
MVPs. That and the homeless got $1 billion.
Oh, the homeless. There you go. Dang, they got $1 billion. So we ain't gonna see no more homeless.
That should. I think you could buy a house for every man, woman, and child that's homeless right now with $1 billion. I could at least.
I'm glad they put that in.
Get them little tiny houses. You know what I mean? At least put a house.
Glad they put $1 billion in there.
There's worse places that they spent money in this bill. Let me tell you, than the homeless.
Yeah. So homeless is gonna be set here in a couple months, right? Right? We're gonna see all types.
We're not gonna hear them complain if they're not. When was the last time you seen a homeless person on the news?
Nine said, well, we got Saints Row.
I would love to see a homeless person on the news be like, where's my $1 billion? Where's my $1 billion? Saints Row. Saints Row, is that like a homeless place in Philly or something?
Combination of, what did they call the road there? You stayed in LA.
Skid Row. Skid Row in LA.
Skid Row in LA.
All right, let's continue.
Of the virus because they're taking very sound health measures, even though people are on to work. Why don't we do that for all businesses?
Steve, I could not agree with you more. Keep people safe, a distance, wash hands, face shields, whatever you have to do. But try to keep people safe and send as many people as you can back to work, because it's the heartbreaking stories that I've just been inundated. It's hard to even hear them because you want to cry for people. It's just we really appreciate your thoughts. All the people working tonight in hospitals across this country, putting their lives on the line. Those who've lost their lives, others who certainly will. Our prayers and thoughts always with them, and those who are struggling with loneliness. A lot of people out there are struggling tonight.
Question for the chat real quick, because this is a big debatable right now. We want to hear, we're going to take a 2-minute for you all to gather your thoughts and put it in a comment, but I want to hear your comments. Where are you on the side of the fence? Are you on this side where it's saying that, hey, let's just take better precautions, get the and, you know, take greater precautions, but let people go. Don't stop the economy. Let people work. Or, hey, no, we've got to stop the spread. We're doing it right. We need it to stop everything. Stop the school.
Let me give my rant first. Let me find my rant.
Where do you stand? Well, I don't want your rant to persuade their comments, so I do want to hear.
Yeah. Do you think? I mean, do you think the government? Do you think the government? That the government should be violating our civil liberties and shutting down? Do you think they should have? Do you think they did the right thing by taking control of society and shutting it down in order to protect us? Mm-hmm. Do you think they did the right thing by doing that?
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it.
Where
do you stand? Or do you think that the
other side?
Do you think that the government totally overstepped their bounds? They're causing more harm than good by shutting down the economy. They're completely overstepping by violating our civil liberties and telling us that we do not have freedom of movement. We can't do these things. Do you think that they overstepped, or do you think that they were completely within their power because it's an emergency crisis?
Mm-hmm. Where you at?
Yeah.
Take 2 minutes. Let people gather.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a few people in here.
I got 11. So
I got 5.
I hear what people are saying. What side of the fence are you on? And he's gonna cue his.
We need to get Michael over here in the U.S. because it's like probably 4 a.m. there in the Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yeah. What time is it in the Netherlands? It is 4:29 a.m. I nailed it.
You were there. You were there.
It's Greenwich Mean Time. UTC is what we call it. And it's
UTC.
like you always like go 6 hours.
Oh.
It's 6. Well, I think that's actually 8 hours. I think. So.
Okay.
Yeah, they're 8 hours ahead. So. But UTC I thought was 6. It's like a universal clock.
I think you on this. What is this?
You get some interesting stuff when you plan for war. Because you don't want to use time, because you don't want your soldiers to get confused based on different time zones when you're coordinating attacks and stuff against the enemy.
We'll probably hear from members of Trump's administration is that no one could have predicted a pandemic like this. So there was no way the administration could have really prepared the country for something like COVID-19.
Proof of what?
Except
White House ignored the pandemic.
You're not. That's not CNN. That's some
administration,
garbage news source.
had warned Trump about what would happen to the country if a pandemic had occurred. This was done
I don't like fake news, man.
September of last year, and the White House decided to ignore its findings. Let me give you the details of what they found, and this was reported by the New York Times. This is an example of excellent reporting, in my opinion. So
New York
in late
Times is another
February and early
unreliable
March,
source.
as the corona pandemic began to spread from China to the rest of the world, President Trump, his top economic advisors played down the threat the virus posed to the U.S. economy and public health. But the 2019 study warned Americans not to conflate the risks of a typical flu with the pandemic, right? So the existence of that warning
So he took the advice of his advisors.
Contentions in recent weeks that no one could have seen the virus damaging the economy as it has. So
the virus isn't damaging the economy.
Thomas Phillipson.
The virus isn't damaging the economy. The government is damaging the economy.
Oh, sure.
He is the person who chairs the Council of Economic Advisors. He told reporters the following, okay? I don't think corona is as big a threat as people make it out to be. That's what he told reporters. But again, he is well aware, based on that study that was done last September, that they totally could have predicted the economic toll the economic toll caused by a massive pandemic. So, and now the situation.
Now, here's the thing. Who's that? Christy?
Mm-hmm.
So Michael thinks that they did it near perfectly coming out of an impeachment. Okay. Especially coming out of an impeachment. So.
Let me get back on the chat.
They. Lost my train of thought.
I think Trump's administration did things near this. We start with so Michael thinks they did it near perfect, especially coming out of an impeachment. Christie said, "I think they just put us in a holding pattern until they figure out what to do."
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, people are still going to get sick because the virus is still out there until we develop herd immunity. When the herd immunity takes over, and the only way you get herd immunity is when more people start getting sick. So. People are going to get sick. The whole purpose of all this is to flatten the curve. So we're shutting down the economy, and we are forcing people to stay in their homes, basically declaring that you have no liberty anymore, taking the Constitution, and we're just putting that thing on hold too, because we're worried that a few people may not get on their ventilators because the hospitals get overcrowded. That's the whole worry. When most people, the majority of people, may not even show any symptoms at all. They'll be carriers. Everybody's going to get, a large majority are going to contract the virus. And a large majority is going to get sick. Will they get any more or less sick than they have the flu? Yes, they'll get some respiratory damage. A lot of people will. Severe, I don't know. I was hearing earlier today that some of the respiratory damage could be like fibromyalgia thing or something like that, fibrosis.
Okay.
And they're worried about disability claims due to the lung damage. So.
Oh wow.
But people are going to get sick. The amount of people that are going to die, or the whole reason we're doing all of this is just to prevent the hospitals from being overcrowded. So our hospital system is unprepared.
Yeah, because right now there's no vaccine. So
you're not going to get a vaccine.
All you can do is slow it down and heal the people that healed, and then once it get down to a good minimum, then we can put people back to work. I guess that's their plan. But
no, actually, we need.
That's their plan.
We need a good 50% of the country to go ahead and get sick and begin recovery. And then it would be safe to put people back to work. Then you wouldn't be worried about overcrowding the hospitals. I mean, I don't think that's a good idea. Because in order to wait for that to happen... You know what? Let's just all go sit on our $264 million yachts and wait till this thing blows over.
Yeah.
I think that's what we should do.
Think Bill Gates got staff on there? Like, got a hired chef and whatnot? He's not even
Only if they're 6 feet away from him. You think he's gonna? You know how much work it is to float a $264 million yacht?
Oh yeah, so he's got people.
You gotta have. I mean, yeah, you gotta have a crew. Yeah, you got. He can.
Oil,
you got to be licensed to pilot one of those things. It's a big yacht.
He's got people on there. You're right.
Yeah, he's got to have a crew. There's no way you can, unless it's just anchored somewhere. And
you think Bill Gates still cooks and stuff, like cook his own food, that stuff? Would you? Billions and billions.
Uh-oh. What up?
Billions and billions. I mean, if you had billions.
How you doing,
I know
buddy?
you're going live.
We are live.
I know.
You gonna say hi? No? No, was it, did you have fun?
No, Devaldi.
No? You didn't have fun today? Why not?
Because we throw the football at our neighbor's pool.
Behind the house?
Yeah.
The dog wouldn't give it back?
The dog? There's no dog.
Oh, it's a big dog back there.
One day. Never vomit unless I drank.
Oh.
Yeah, he was sitting this morning. We didn't do it this morning. We did.
Alrighty.
That may have given us. Brandon says SARS research funding was cut years ago. That may have given us a vaccine sooner. 9 Lives says, I only got 1 kid. I'm never sick. Only a cold one for 1 day. Never vomit unless I drink too much. Don't drink too much. This guy stopped drinking. I don't know.
Yeah, December 28th.
Michael said it's still playing out short is still playing out short of the flu in deaths. Snuffing.
Really? I was wondering about that. Where'd you get that stat from?
And borrowing $2 trillion is a election year political response.
It's a stunt. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
So he's trying to. I mean, it's all about image, man. Especially with Trump, it's always about image. He's always trying to come out looking good. With his little stupid little smirks he puts on his face.
So you think Joe Biden is going to compete with Trump?
Nah.
No? Nah. Even with Obama's endorsement and Obama getting back on the train, he's getting back on pollution. He's going to be doing speeches. He's going to be touring and whatnot. Biden.
Could help.
It's going to help massively. They loved Obama.
Do you think he's going to beat Obama? I mean, you think he's going to beat Trump?
It's going to come close if Obama...
I think Michelle could beat Trump.
You're right. You're right.
She doesn't want to do it, though.
She does.
They asked her.
She doesn't. I think Oprah could beat Trump.
No.
You don't think so? I believe Oprah. You don't think Oprah could beat Trump?
Oprah is not as well spoken as you might think.
Oprah would beat Trump. Oprah beats Trump. She don't have to be. You don't think so? I think that's the debate.
We'll never know because Oprah ain't never run either. So. Oprah doesn't want to be president. I don't blame her. I don't want to be president.
Isn't Trump? I've never. Trump is a puppet for some higher power. He's like the least puppet president that I've ever seen. I would say that.
He's the last puppet.
I will give him that.
He's a puppet to his own ego. That's what he is.
My parents sent me to play with the neighbor who had chicken pox just to get it over with.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was talking about that early on in this whole coronavirus thing. I was like, please tell me somebody who's got it so I can go get it and get it over with. So then I'll have the antibodies and I'll be straight. Because everybody's going to get it. That's the only way we're going to get over this.
I've got 5 brothers. We're all little. Everybody got chicken pox. I'm all in.
And you developed the herd immunity.
And, well, I've never got it. I was around them playing with them.
Because you developed the herd immunity.
I never got chicken pox.
Because you got herd immunity.
It was insane.
You got herd immunity. That's what herd immunity is.
This is 7, 8 years old. I've never.
See, what they should have done, if they really wanted to fix this thing, is as soon as they should have just had all the healthy people go get the virus and then go home, and then it would have been herd immunity, and then the people who are immune compromised would have become immune without getting sick. That's the herd immunity. Us as a society, as a human race, we can become immune without ever getting it if enough people within our species get infected with it. Just look it up. It's a real thing.
I've never heard of it.
It's a real thing. That's amazing.
That's a podcast all on itself.
Why didn't they do that? I mean, that would have fixed it. Just, hey, if you're healthy and you don't mind, come get the virus real quick so that the people that aren't healthy don't get sick.
Sick people go find it. Turn to your neighbor and give him a cough.
We could have just, we could have went and got sick. And then there's a company in North Carolina that developed a test kit. Just prick your finger, little drop of blood, and they can test you for the antibodies and see if you've already had it. Because this thing's been around since mid-November. The virus has. So millions of people have already got it in the United States and gotten over it or died from it.
Well, the good news is that, honestly, as of yesterday, the virus, it has been canceled in the U.S.
They canceled it?
No, it's been... it was the Kenneth Copeland.
Copeland. He said it's done. It's time to go back to work.
I don't know if we can play that clip.
We could play that clip.
Let's play it and let them hear it. But it's good news.
Was it on YouTube?
Yeah.
It probably is.
It is definitely on YouTube. Just with Kenneth Copeland. This is good news for us. I want you guys to listen to this. It's a 2-minute clip. And
with his hype man. It's Kenneth Copeland with his hype man.
He had a hype man.
Yeah.
Didn't I send it to you in your messenger too?
Did you? You did, didn't you?
Michael said the umbrella effect. Those in power meet the high risk category so that we react to help the lower power.
Did you say the Umbrella Corporation?
The umbrella effect. Those in power meet the high risk category so we overreact to help keep the power alive.
That's a good point. They are. I mean, look at Trump's high risk. But they're not maintaining social distancing on them, when they're doing those press conferences.
Oh, no, he bragged about how he's getting more, media and more views at his press conference than his show.
Why is he worried about views at his press conference?
That's what he said.
What is this one?
Oh, the infections. That was a good one from the doctor.
Oh, okay, John the doctor. I haven't. You sent me all this stuff in the middle of the night.
Watching him.
And then you sent me Lord Jamar, part 6. What was part 6? I don't think we watched that one.
Yeah, I think we did. I think that was his.
No, you posted that on Facebook.
Did I?
Yeah, we're gonna be able to find it.
Kim Copeland, Judgment on. Oh, there we go. Send it to you, Neon. The direct link.
Copeland Corona. Standing strong against coronavirus. Kenneth Copeland prophecy.
There you go, the third one.
This one here? Oh, this is it right here. All right, I got to pause it.
We'll exercise judgment.
So there, guys, one of the world's leading mega church pastors, and I guess this was good news. He had a cure, and he got at his church, and he passed judgment on Corona, and it's done in the U.S.
We'll exercise judgment, right?
All right, he exercised judgment. All right, we're gonna play that.
Yep. Y'all ready?
Let's play.
Let's do it.
We'll exercise judgment right now.
Because we
In
have...
the name of Jesus.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
It's hype, man.
Standing in the office of the prophet of
Do you
God,
think Copeland will copyright us?
I execute judgment on you, COVID-19.
Oh, Ramash.
I execute judgment on you, Satan, you destroyer, you killer, you get out, you break your power, you
Pause,
get off
pause.
this nation.
We need to go back 5 seconds. He was so in the spirit that he didn't even say normal words. I point, you. Let's go back. We reacted.
He was speaking in tongues.
Maybe that's what he was doing. He couldn't get his words out.
You haven't been to a church when people speak in tongues? Who's that? Is it Presbyterians? Who does Episcopalians?
But usually you stay in tongues a lot longer than just the word. You point. Go play that back.
Judgment on you. I demand a vaccination to come immediately.
Yes.
Did I miss it?
You missed to go back, man. The point bink right there. It's in the spirit.
Killer, you get out, you break your power.
You point.
No.
Point your power.
Usually you stay in tongues a little
We
bit
should
longer.
make fun of this guy.
Why?
He's in the Holy Spirit.
Us teachers, the Bible says to make fun of them, to call them out.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we're supposed to make fun of them.
I shouldn't question you about these things.
them.
You know, way a lot about the Bible.
Here we go.
Valby, I think he went to theology school or something. This guy will call you out on some biblical stuff quick. He'd be like,
Oh, God.
like
stop.
Kanye. Why you selling?
Kanye.
If you have in church, you don't sell T-shirts. That's a rhyme right there.
Yeah,
That's dropping
some
bars,
bars.
right? That's some bars.
That's
Right there.
actually
Anyway, let's get back to Copeland.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Kill? Shop?
Oh, what? No, Michael had made some comments. So we may only walk outside with a max of 3, or we get a fine. He was walking with 1. Well, unless you count Frankie.
A party of 1.
He was by himself and he got a fine. So the Netherlands, at least you're free enough to walk with 2 other people.
Wait, where's Michael at?
He's in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay. No, in the house. Have they been hit hard, or have we been harder than them? Because right now, we said that they've actually put in that text that you got out. They said no public, private, no matter how many. They literally put that. I don't know if you've seen it.
So he said, you walk with 2 others, and then 20 minutes later with 2 other people. What's the point then? Exactly. Exactly. If you just walk with 1 other person, I mean, you go and get your mail out of the mailbox. You know, you go buy your groceries at the grocery store. The groceries have been handled by the clerk, the delivery guy, and this guy and that guy. 5 other people have touched it. Are you going to go sanitize your cereal box when you get home? You know, of course, you're going to wash your hands and stuff, but all those groceries and stuff that you bought from the store are all going to be touched by people. And cardboard just absorbs it. So if it's like a cereal box or something, it's...
That's why they need those billions of dollars for the trees and stuff, though.
So our social distancing rules are 6 feet. You got to maintain 6 feet. So like Costco has like markers on the ground. You got to wait outside, and they got markers on the ground. Like even at the cash register, they got 6 foot apart. Yeah. So Walmart was behind us. Albertsons has like plexiglass barriers between the cashiers and the customers. You know, so they actually put. And this is not stuff that the law said they had to do. They did it for their own personal protection. You know,
when you go into restaurants, they have the chair at the. They have the. Have you been to any? Oh yeah, you don't eat at restaurants.
I do, but not after all this.
Oh.
We pull up at. It's all outside delivery. They just deliver to your window.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can.
You know, but still, I mean, even the outside delivery. So the cook touches the bag, then the waitress touches the bag, and then the bag gets handed to you, and you put it in your car.
And your receipt.
Yeah. Well, you put your gloves on, and you touch stuff, and then you take your gloves off, and your gloves touch something else. I mean, it's... If it's that resilient, and anyways, we don't even have to worry about it, because Copeland's got it taken care of.
Yeah.
Get off this nation! I demand judgment on you!
Get off this nation.
I demand a vaccination to come immediately!
Yes!
Vaccinations take 10 years to develop and test through human testing. They're saying that even if they fast-track the vaccination, it would take at least a year. I don't think Jesus has ever supplied a vaccination.
That's without the Spirit. That's what I'm saying. Without the Spirit, He demands it. He demands. Because he's demanding God for a vaccine. And like you said, Jesus never operated like that. Why would
he doesn't need a vaccination. He just touch the hem of his clothes and you can be healed of the 12 years of bleeding.
Interesting. All right.
I read that somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite stories.
It is. That's how you work.
That's good pause placement. Done.
Whoa.
I call you Dawn.
Dawn or gone? Would you want?
You come down from your place of authority, destroyer. You come down and you crawl on your belly. Like God commanded you when He put His foot.
Well, he's the humanized the coronavirus.
No, he serpentized it. He went Garden of Eden with it.
Come down on your belly
and he's going to step on his head. Like
the
God's
virus.
Yeah. He made it into the serpent in the Garden of Eden.
He actually made it stronger. Can it could just be a...
Yeah, I know, right? That's the...
Now that's scary.
That was the original tempter.
That's scary.
I hope Corona wasn't in the Garden of Eden, because that would make it... Oh.
See, I'll take it a little bit more serious. Well, I'll take it serious, but that's
that would be some
scary
epic.
If it's just walking around.
That would be an
epic.
Epic.
I don't know. You make this a little bit worse than what? Oh, that's not a word. All right.
Like God commanded you when He put His foot on your head in the Garden of Eden.
Oh, you're right. He did circumcise it.
I told you. Through COVID-19.
Ooh.
No more.
No more.
No more.
It
no more.
Mm-hmm.
Is
finished. Hey!
Finish!
It's finished. We done.
Done.
Get back to work right now.
Now.
It's finished.
Out.
Come on, you're my hype man. It's finished.
Out. Demand it. Demand it, Volvy.
COVID-19.
Demand it,
I don't
Volvy.
care if they gave it a government name to make it serious.
That's right.
I abolish it.
Abolish
no
it.
more demon, demonic, slippery, slimy,
No
snake
more.
in the grass
No
on your
more.
belly. You need to get out of here. You need to take that coronavirus, put it in a football helmet, brush its teeth with some deodorant. Need to.
Some deodorant?
This is an abomination.
But this is right. This is okay.
Yeah, what's up? That's funny how churches, they got the hype man, and the hype man.
He's got a hype
They
man.
just like
I
rappers.
think I did pretty
They
good.
are entertainers.
I did a pretty good hype man.
They are entertainers.
Did I do a good hype man? Was I a good hype man? I'm practicing for couch sitters.
Whoa. All right. Oh God. What is this guy?
Ma too says she uses a glove at the gas pump and ATM. Good for you, babe.
I play at ATM. I don't know how many y'all going there now.
Also, we can still pay.
Oh, you?
Michael said they can still pay with cash coins in at least grocery stores. I haven't tried. I always use a debit card. So.
Yeah, me too.
You know what's funny that they did that little card thing where you don't have to touch nothing, you just wave your card just before coronavirus. It's like they knew. It's like they knew.
Can't you just do your phone now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Apple Pay.
Yeah, Apple Pay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Finish.
They got
Finish.
Samsung Pay. Again?
Over.
What's over?
And the United States of America.
He doesn't open his eyes.
Is he?
He's not opening his eyes.
And
That's good though.
His
I mean-
hype man is louder than him though.
Ain't it funny how God works for him though? Hey, U.S.
Just the US,
Just
right?
the U.S. Man,
U.S.
sucks.
is God ordained.
Sucks to be other country. God don't care about you.
Yeah. Just U.S.
is healed and well again, saith the mighty
Hallelujah. Glory.
of peace,
Okay.
who is also
He opened his eyes.
the Prince of War,
Ooh,
the Lord Jesus Christ.
talk about it.
When oppressive, mean,
Angry preacher.
nasty people attack his people.
Jesus was kind and compassionate and loving. He was like really, really. He came here for us to be an example for all. He was our example. He was kind, compassionate. One of his most important things was to love your neighbor. You know, I think that the only instance where he really got angry was.
Well,
I
when
mean,
people
he
were
wasn't even angry when they crucified him. He wasn't even angry
when
then.
people were
He
disobedient.
forgave a thief on the cross with him when they crucified him. That's compassion. I tell you, he converted Pontius Pilate.
It's done in the U.S.
But we got, and he all angry. Talking about Jesus is the Prince of War? I don't see that. Was that title in the Bible? Yeah, I mean, you know a lot about the Bible. Was he ever called the Prince of War in the Bible?
He wasn't called the Prince of War, but
I mean, he's the Prince of Peace.
it's tough.
I've heard that. Prince of Peace. That sounds a little bit more like it. So anyways, let's go on.
Let's go on.
Let's continue. Let's back up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
That Prince of War thing.
Attack his people. When mean, oppressive, nasty diseases.
Mean, oppressive, nasty diseases. I could have swore he was talking about the U.S. government right there. I don't know. He's still talking about COVID, right?
I thought he was talking about himself because it's ironically because the mean, nasty people that Jesus did this is the false teachers.
Yeah, but is he oppressive?
He does oppress the people. He's sending them to hell.
I know. That's pretty
False
oppressive.
teaching. You damning people.
Is he kind of like a big following?
He has the second biggest.
Is he worse
in
than
the world.
the dude in Houston?
Yeah, Joel Osteen.
Is he worse than Holstein? I haven't heard any. Some people just hate Osteen because he's rich. Like God says we're not supposed to be successful.
I don't know what Joel Osteen said about
Joel Osteen makes most of his money off of his books. People know that, right? Nowhere in the Bible does it say you can't be successful as a Christian. But anyways, let's go on with old.
Okay, so we got 15 more seconds, somewhere around there.
Speak on George. The Prince of Peace takes his place.
Yes.
And he becomes the mighty man of war.
Thank you.
Oh.
That was it.
All right, so
Oops, I shut the background off.
so Corona is done. Everybody get back to work.
We thought we would leave it on a positive note there.
Boom.
So that people would know that Corona is not. We're messing up the illusion here.
Okay.
Illusion. Floating in the sky.
Floating. There you go.
It's just us, Lady Liberty, and Jesus.
Boom.
So,
what do you all think? You all like the? You happy it's finished?
yeah. Y'all can go back to work now. Kenneth Copeland said so. It's done.
If Jesus was here, he'll be an out-of-work carpenter.
Jesus put himself out of work, though. Can you imagine if you had like a table made by Jesus? That would be awesome. Awesome.
That is right, Michael. Michael said the false teachers are the ones that Jesus chased out of the church.
Yep.
Yeah. So, where do we leave off? But getting back, how did we transition into that? Yeah. So no, that we were just talking about.
Just different people's reaction, I guess, to COVID. You know. That's how Copeland decided he would cope with it.
Cope. Yeah. Making money.
It just.
I'm
surprised he didn't be like, if I had $2 more million, I could destroy COVID-19.
Let's read what some of his comments. I want to see if people got blessed. Oh,
comments are turned off.
He turned comments off. Okay.
Well, that settles that. Likes and dislikes.
Likes and
dislikes are turned off too.
Never mind.
Wow. It's gotten 396,000 views,
He's
though.
doing all right.
That's a lot better than mine.
He's doing all right. Dang it.
How many subs does Cope have?
Dang it.
He doesn't show subs either.
No, there's probably other. Check his click rate on his channel. No, he got 200K right there underneath his name, on the left.
Oh yeah, 200K.
Dang, he turned it off.
As people of God, we have dominion. Oh, geez, he wrote a speech here, too.
He did. Look at that.
Kenneth Copeland Ministries.
Dang it. He turned comments and dislikes and likes. That's nuts. That's funny. But I know where a place you can't turn comments off. Let's just see. I don't want to see what they're saying real quick. Can't turn people's replies off on Twitter.
Oh, did that go out in a tweet?
I'm pretty sure. 100%. 100%. Let's just see. Kenneth Copeland. That's funny. When people praise.
God doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Everything that happens because it's supposed to.
What if humans are Mother Nature's virus?
We have dominion over Mother Nature, granted by God. Okay. But Mother Nature has a way of balancing everything out.
This kicked butt on Twitter. All right, we got 13,000 comments, so they played the clip on.
We're not going to go through all of them, are we?
No. Just maybe 5. First ones.
That's a very small percentage. We're not going to get an accurate feel for how people really. I see some Simpsons.
All right, my Satan sense is tingling. This must be Satan.
Satan.
My Satan sense.
Satan's like somebody call my name.
This person sent me where the very name faith healers remind me of the times.
Is he a faith healer?
Yeah, he is. He does a lot of healing with the hands and stuff. Of the times I've been told that Americans are exceptional. After watching one or two of these snake oil salesmen at work on Sunday morning TV, I'm convinced that many Americans are exceptionally naive and gullible. This one's got a meme. It's got him saying, "Get thee away, coronavirus," and then it's got coronavirus saying, "This is gonna be so easy." That was pure gold, dude. I like it. I don't believe you. Still not single. Faith healer has dared to lay hands on the sick and dying in the hospital.
He's standing at the pulpit, though.
He's standing at the pulpit.
He's standing at the pulpit. I'll be right back.
Yep. You think you would jump on an opportunity like that? Yeah. Well, there is that there, guys. That's a mess. Oh, well, I'm guess he's got some concurrent reasons. What do you all think, man? There's so much. My thoughts on the virus. Yeah, I think at this point, obviously something had to be done. Getting money out to people, and whatnot, and helping your small business. It helped boost the economy, and I don't fault Trump for that. I think it's great, and I think anytime you're giving money away, putting it to the citizens, I'm not going to ever disagree with that. Do people need to go back to work and take precautions? I think so, yeah, because at the end of the day there, guys, like the one representative said, there are tons of businesses that are still open. Restaurants, churches, Amazon, Walmart, Google. There are tons of businesses, and they're putting in place good practices to not spread the virus. So they're still working. And with that being said, I do think, if anything, so that your economy don't sink, you do things like that. You put in precautions. You make these things available. I mean, you make more things available, but to shut down stuff, probably not the best thing, because it's probably not the best thing if you want to keep a economy, if you want to not put yourself in a position in the long run. And this is kind of my rant and kind of how I feel. Yeah, and I know tons of people disagree, hundreds, thousands, millions, they disagree with that place because, no, we got to stop the curve, we got to spread the curve. You've never said that until you heard it from the government. You never said that you never put that phrase in your life.
No, I'm not trying to be hype, man.
You've never said that before. You never used that language until the government told you need to use that language, until they tell you. So stop it, because months and months and months ago, this virus was running rapid and everybody was still working. We were still doing all right.
November.
And but the thing is like you put precautions in a way. You offer masses, you offer and you advise, and you can, if you're gonna put some mandates, you make sure that businesses have proper equipment and tools to secure and make the best precautions for their company. If you're gonna give, we would have been in a better situation if we not gave citizens the money. Yes, $1,200. Not give anyone the money. Instead, take all of that money and put it into business equipment, masks, sanitizers, whether it's helmets or whatever, and let them stay to work, but give these businesses mandates and advising them, and then giving them the equipment to keep their employees safe through this. That way our economy keeps going, and if some people do get it, then it will cause, a certain amount of immune. But that is my thought. I'm not a big on shutting down stuff like that, but that was my thought on the whole situation. Like I said, I know that it's a pandemic, and if you had kids or whatnot, but once again, it is my opinion. I would love to know yours in the comments, to be honest. You know, you have a right to your opinion. You have a right not to agree. You have a right to be wrong. But anyway, that's how it is. And I'll let Dave say his piece or whatnot. And you know from there, that's what I want to say. And
I'm just going to read my rant that I went on. So a person was I can't even find them. Yeah, this guy says, I'm all for containing or reducing the curve, but making people prisoners in their own home is where I draw the line. We can be safe and smart. This was what the original post was about. This is the emergency alert that we got from the city a couple days ago. All parks and recreational areas are now closed to the public and off limits. Public and private gatherings of any number of people are prohibited. Anyone returning from travel of 100 plus miles outside the city must self-quarantine for 14 days. This is added to an order that's enforceable by up to $1,000 fine or imprisonment. So this guy, this guy says, some people are idiots, period. I get why they closed parks, etc. Kids were playing basketball and hiking became the rage all of a sudden. But domestic violence is going up and will continue to do so. Those that were suicidal prior to this, well, guess what? Yeah, okay, that's not the guy. That's not the post I was looking for. But anyway, somebody posted a counter comment about, well, people are stupid and they're going to get everybody sick. So this was my reply about somebody that's okay with these civil liberties being withdrawn. I said, how many lives are worth liberty? Our forefathers thought the answer was all of them. What the hell has happened to us? You do realize the only lives that are going to be saved by this are the ones that may die waiting in line for a ventilator if the hospitals happen to get overcrowded. Those that are going to die from the disease anyway are still going to die, and those that will recover. They have no cure. Most will recover with no need of a ventilator. So we sacrifice all. The blood of millions of American patriots that have fought and died to protect our right to walk to the park. Why? For safety from a bug? As a soldier of over 25 years, I'm embarrassed. I have a friend just got a ticket for trespassing in a public park while walking his dog by himself, because his dog won't poop on the sidewalk. You will turn a blind eye and say I'm overreacting. I will say you have not walked the walk I have walked in my lifetime and seen the horrors that I have been done around the world in the name of the state. Keep minimizing liberty. Keep letting the garbage mainstream media into your mind. You'll be a pawn and not even know it. But I guess it will be okay in your cell, alone, working for nothing as long as it benefits the state and society, right? I will always stand and fight for liberty and freedom, even if you don't think you want, need, or deserve it. I still do as I have done for my whole life. For you, the grateful citizen and the ungrateful. I make no distinction. You are all my American brothers and sisters. I'm done. Have fun explaining how I am exaggerating, or should I say, convincing yourself that I'm exaggerating.
Yeah. That's how it is. Joseph say, give me a ticket, I won't pay.
You shouldn't. Don't. Just print out a copy of the Constitution, take the ticket to the court, and tell them, how does this ticket override this 200-year-old document that has been the foundation of our country for over 200 years?
What if they say, sir, we're going to put out a warrant for your arrest?
No.
That's what it is, guys.
You keep voting for these Democrats and Republicans, though, that keep just seizing more and more power, that are only interested in growing government, growing the state, taking more of your liberties. and you just keep voting for them. There's only one party that has any interest in shrinking government, giving you back power over your lives. But you just ignore us as a third party who never has a chance to win. You know what? We don't have a chance to win because y'all won't vote for us. The one party that would make a difference.
All right, Will.
A significant impact.
He said I could listen and stay up with you all night.
Who's that?
Whitney.
Whitney.
Yes. Thumbs up.
Libertarians, man.
Good stuff. Good stuff. MGK went on this one.
Government as an institution, their only power is through the use of force. They have no other power. They have no use of compassion. They have no use of anything else. The only way that they can get anything done is by the use of force. That's why President Trump is threatening GM. If you don't start making ventilators, I'm going to force you to make ventilators. That's the deal. The only power they have is through the use of force. The other thing people have to realize is the government cannot create wealth. They can only take wealth. They can only take it from somewhere and redistribute it somewhere else. They don't create it in any way, shape, or form. So these are the foundational elements of what government is. Mm-hmm. They have a territorial monopoly on lawmaking and enforcement. And they give themselves permission to collect taxes.
5 minutes and 5 minutes for a call in. Let me
Oh, we're gonna do a call in.
Guys, got the number up. Let's put the number up if you'd like to call in. We went over some topics.
Ma too said we should do couch sitters. Is she gonna be our first interview on couch sitters?
Yeah, first. She talks all that stuff.
Yeah, she won't sit in front of the camera.
915. She's doing her thing
well,
tomorrow. Ma too, you're doing the mass.
Oh yeah, you're gonna give your how to make a mask. That's gonna blow up, man. That's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, because she's cute too.
Yeah. 2089.
And she's gonna have the kids. And
the kids are singing. You know, they gonna love that, man.
Anybody want to call in?
Guys, you want to call in? We got 5 minutes. Cranberry. We ain't spilled nothing today.
What'd you think about my second speech? Oh, let me go ahead and put the voice on. Yeah, we just got done doing those 2 live streams. And I was like, man, I'm tired of people just saying it's okay to not be free. Too many people have died for just that. You think it's petty. You think it's petty to not be allowed to go to the park, or, we need to protect the citizens. We got to shut down businesses and stuff. You think it's petty. You think it's so small. Just, what's a little sacrifice just to save a couple lives? Well, that sacrifice, people have died. Millions of people have died to protect those rights that you're just willing to throw away to save a couple. Phone lines are open. Y'all cray. You cray. Ma too's cray. Lines open. So, I don't know. That's what's bothered me from the beginning, and I've taken so much slack for it. I mean, go look at my restaurant videos. Go look at those. The 2-part restaurant videos I did. That's like the most dislikes I got on any videos that I've done. A 2-minute restaurant video just trying to show how businesses are struggling with these violations of our civil liberties. Because that's been my focus. I'm a libertarian. People are like, oh, you guys, you libertarian, you just exaggerating. The government's got to do something. Well, I wouldn't be a libertarian if I said it was okay. If I wasn't standing up defending your civil liberties or your constitutional rights, then I wouldn't be a libertarian. Nobody wants to call in, huh? It's Saturday. Saturday night. We're in this fight. Water. I'm going to do it really quietly. Somebody told me my water is loud. So, nobody wants to call in, huh? Wow, this is 3 hours. What else can we talk about? What else? I know it's just COVID-19 is just taking over everything. You know, I'm like, what am I would love to be talking about something else, but this is just the biggest violation of civil liberties that I've seen in my entire lifetime. It's unprecedented. I thought the Patriot Act was bad. This is crazy. El Paso's a disaster area. We've basically declared martial law. Stay in your house. I haven't actually announced a curfew yet, but I'm sure that's around the corner. And nobody's died. We got 100 cases, I think, here in El Paso. I don't think anybody's died yet. Got like 6. I don't know. There's a certain amount. Ma too knows how many people are in ICU right now with Corona here in El Paso. We got like 3,000 beds or something like that. 100 cases. We don't want to overflow the hospitals though. They don't get it. Welcome back. Where are you gonna put that? Why are you not got a sippy cup?
Stop that. Why you be blasting me on camera though?
Because it's 3 times.
Blasting me on
3
camera,
times.
bro. All right.
Are you tired, bud?
Did you get any?
Oh, it's 9 o'clock.
My eyes are...
Oh, got allergies?
They slowly get you. Most people can't fight. Someone said they slowly get you.
We got a call.
Oh, you got a call.
I think so. Let's see. No, it's not. It's a.
Oh, you got a real. No, that's a cuckoo.
What is this? Oh. Hello? Hello, you there? I accepted.
Watch drama be like you.
No, this was Joe. Hey, call me back, Joe.
Who's Joe?
What is wrong with this Google Voice thing?
I never have problems. What's wrong? Who's Joe? Someone from here or there?
I don't know. Just Joe from Florida.
Oh, Joe from... I never tried this.
It's pomegranate. Rev 3 is pomegranate flavored.
Maybe this is good.
Call back, Joe.
Oh, it's Joseph.
8. Oh yeah, call back, man. We got to get used to this thing. I didn't know if that was actually my phone or if that was the Google Voice phone.
That's pretty good. You should try that. You don't drink cranberry juice. You always get it. I've never seen you drink it.
I'm not a big fan.
No, I've noticed.
We're waiting for Joe to call back.
What did you hit on while I was on?
Just this violation of civil liberties and stuff. It's ridiculous.
We need to do.
Would more people die if the government hadn't shut everything down? You think more people would have died of the virus? Yeah. I it's probably me. We got to get used to this. I mean, we've only had a few people try to call in, so we're trying to get used to it. If you call back, then I'll work. It was my fault. I didn't know if it was the Google Voice line or if it was my actual line, and then when I answered it, it sounded like a telemarketer. So I was like, what in the world? So I just kept listening. And literally, if you don't hit that one button, like in like a couple seconds, it disconnects you.
It disconnects, yeah.
So because I was, we just got to get used to it. Apologize. So just call back, man. I'm waiting for it. So.
Man.
Oh, I was waiting for it.
You rocking right now with your 6 and mine 3. Look at you.
What happened to you? You left.
I left.
Oh, Bobby walked away.
So,
where'd all your people go?
They're resting. They heard the good stuff.
Their large Jamar is gone, so
they heard the good stuff. They heard the
good stuff.
They got this stuff what they came for.
Oh, you had to restart. I was like, why am I at 3 hours? You had 2 hours.
Oh yeah, look at that. Boom, 3 already.
Mine looks so much better than yours too. What? I wish you would have called, man. You don't want to call back?
Yeah, curfew.
Tampa, man. Tampa, Florida isn't that like a Republican stronghold?
No, so much craziness.
They're supposed to be like conservative country, right? Isn't Florida like conservative country?
Craziest people.
I don't know about Tampa, though. Tampa might be like El Paso. Like Texas is conservative country, except for El Paso and then like a little piece of, I think, around Corpus Christi or something. El Paso is Democrat stronghold in Texas.
Yeah, right.
Tampa's got a curfew already, huh? 11 p.m.
Well, white people need to be out. I'm okay. White people need to be out.
Because I want to be out.
I said that just for that.
Ask a libertarian why you need to do this. Because I want to do this. Because I'm a grown man.
Government is
and
like,
should be able to do what I want to do.
Why be out? Everything is closed. We don't already shut everything down. Why they gotta be out?
Maybe I want to chase butterflies.
It's against the law.
Who says I can't chase butterflies? Is it against the law for me to chase butterflies at night?
No.
At 11:01 p.m.?
That is not an essential gathering. Something.
See, he getting silly now because he's only got 2 viewers over there. He's like, my audience is gone. I'm going to get stupid now. Let me see if I can't lose all of his audience now. Hater. You over there hating. You over there hating on my audience. Because you with your 24K 900 subscribers don't have as many viewers as I got with my 148 or something like that.
Stop. I was just saying.
Hating.
Someone said something.
Most of my audience is your audience.
Someone says SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
That's good.
Curfew at night while middle of the day. I know, right? I know. Why can't you go out at night? There's not that many people. I mean, if you're going to go for a walk, that would be the best time because nobody's out there.
You can get, knowing for your safety, you can get mugged, I guess.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a good idea for this guy. I may be little, but...
To accept, press 1. To send a voice...
All right, I was quick that time.
Yeah,
Are you there?
You there?
Yeah, we're here. We're here. We got you that time.
Is it Joseph or Joe? Hey, what's going on, dude? How's it going, man?
Hey, Bob.
Yo, what's going on? Hey, first off, hey, thank you for the support, dude. I always see you in the comments every now and then and all that good stuff. Thank you oh so much there, dude.
How you doing out there in Texas?
We're doing it. Did get a little ticket, but you know, I got a ticket for.
I'm more upset about your ticket than you are. That's what gets me. He laughing. He sends it to me, and I'm like, this is crazy, right? He's like, dude, don't make a post about it. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Of course I'm gonna make a post about it.
No, that's all right. So, Joseph, where are you at, dude? Where did you say you was at?
Florida.
Oh, he's in Florida.
Tampa, Florida, yeah.
Is that one of the ones that are like highly got a bunch of people like New York and a lot of cases or whatnot?
I'm from New York originally, but I've been down here in Tampa for 40 years.
Oh wow. So how is it down there in Tampa? How bad is the pandemic in Tampa?
True.
You're breaking up. I can't.
Really?
I went hiking today, Lou.
I said, how bad is the spread out there in Tampa? How many cases you guys got?
I think we've got quite a few. Tampa and Palm Beach and Miami is the 3 hot spots in Florida.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So Joe, you called in, and for those that are coming in, we are in our call-in hour right now. Joe, you called in. What do you want to talk about, dude? What is a certain point? Tell me what were you thinking? What we chatting? What's your direction?
I was laughing about you guys saying that Lord Jamar said, "Don't count on that money, coming in the mail."
Right. What do you think? So, because were you around for the clips though that we played? So you did hear his speech.
The three most famous lies is the check's in the mail, I love you, and I promise I won't come in your mouth.
Oh God. Never heard the last one.
Just the tip.
No. So,
the three most famous lies.
Yep.
Boy, you guys are really breaking up, so
Oh man, really? That must be that Google Voice thing. Hold on, just hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can't clean it up a little bit.
So, tell me, did you agree? You agree with Lord Jamar? So one of the things that so you want to call in and talk about the Lord Jamar. One of the things that Lord Jamar was saying, he was saying that the government is using the coronavirus for more power, and that's what it was all about.
No, not at all.
No.
They didn't have a clue this was coming.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Well, you don't think that they had a clue?
No, I don't think. Well, they knew. Well, China covered it up pretty well. So as far as our government, no. But since it's here, then yeah, they're probably using it to. They're using. Actually, I think they're using it just to test and see how much power they can grab. Yeah. And apparently, they can grab all that they want because nobody's really saying or doing anything about it.
Okay.
Absolutely, they sure do have the power. I know, but I don't think they've seen this coming. I really don't.
No.
Mm-hmm. But now that it's here, they are seizing the moment, squeeze it, freeze it, and own it. That's a lyric, people. All right, go ahead.
I thought you were mumble rapping there for a minute. Don't tell him I said that.
You're breaking up, man.
Really? Again?
What? I
think
can't
it's...
understand what word you're saying because you're breaking up in between each.
Did you have? Is your Google on your Wi-Fi or your data?
It should be on my Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Something you gotta put in settings.
Wi-Fi.
Oh, you gotta take that Bluetooth off that's interfering, dude.
You think the Bluetooth's in there?
That's one thing you don't need.
Okay.
I'll make it clearer, but
let's see if that helped. I took the Bluetooth off. We're still testing in this call-in thing, so we should do something on the computer where people can just call into the computer.
We do need it more here so they can kind of hear.
But I'm trying to keep it. If it's Wi-Fi, I don't want to lose.
Oh,
my
you're
Wi-Fi
losing
signal.
That's your signal.
Is jumping.
Okay,
yeah, so
that's the thing.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys go.
All right, dude. Yeah,
hey,
for sure.
So how was the just before you get off here, man? How is the morale and stuff there around Tampa?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Good. My brother-in-law, he works for the county and for the jail out there in the county, and they don't have anybody, that's been infected. But they're only, as opposed to doing 100 arrests a day, they're only doing 8 to 10 a day.
Oh wow! Another positive thing that's coming out of this: less people getting arrested.
They're giving out tickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Volvy here knows what you mean.
Yeah.
They're afraid to bring anybody into the jail that's infected,
Yeah. Well, I think they should have just cut loose all those.
Takashi got out.
Minor, minor drug possession charges and stuff, nonviolent crimes. They should just let them out, man.
Yeah. No problem. Well, they let 6ix9ine go, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was that a nonviolent crime?
Racketeering and
that's not
firearms.
That's violent. Racketeering would be violent. So.
They're only letting lumber rappers out.
Yeah, well.
All right,
I'm gonna go.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in there, dudes.
All right, peace. Hey, Evolve.
Yes.
Did you get that? Did you get that dono I sent you?
Oh, did you send in today?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Tonight.
In the chat here, my dude. You know what? Nothing popped up, man. Man,
I say you want tonight.
Yeah, nothing's up right now. I'll go through the settings.
We also had that crash, so if it was earlier.
Oh, was it within the last hour and a half or way before when we first started? I know nothing's up in this chat, but it would be over there.
Yeah, it was in those super chat things you got.
Yeah, usually they pop up. It doesn't look like it went through. Well, it's showing that nothing went through, but
it came off of my card, so
that's what I was getting ready to say. Oh, I'll change the camera view. No, I was looking. Yeah, it would usually pop up, but I guess after a stream, I would check. Maybe it probably didn't pop up, but yeah, if it came out on your card, dude, just recheck and man, thanks a lot for sure. I don't see it now, so I don't know much about it. Usually it pop up and you can put a message with it. But I would definitely check and see, once I get.
It was only $3, but.
Ah, man, that's what's up, man. You're just showing support, and that's what I'm talking about, man. That's super dope. Thank you so much, man. But like I said, I'll definitely check in and thank you. Love the support, man.
I appreciate you, dude.
Yeah, man. You take it easy. You all have a good night and be safe out there, man.
You stay safe out there now.
Will do.
All right, man. Take care, Joe.
Take care.
Yeah, so
it's Joe from Florida.
Joe from Florida.
Appreciate it. I like the call-ins, man.
Hey, what's up, Shane? Hey, guys.
Have you ever done call-ins with your people before?
No.
So it's like the first time these people, they've been following you for all this time.
Oh, yeah.
This is the first time they actually get to talk to Volvy, man. It's good stuff.
It's good stuff. Guys, we're in our call-in hour. So for those that just jumped in, Colorado Springs. What up, Shane? Those that jumped in, here's the number.
915-209-2089.
915-209-2089. You can call in and we discussed the IRS, we discussed Lord Jamar, any of our topics or stuff that's going on at hand or something you want to put out, or if you just want to chat for a few minutes.
And we'd like to know how it's going in your neck of the woods, whether you're in another country or in another state. Colorado Springs, give us a call. Let us know how things are going in the dope smoking capital of the country.
Once again, that is 915-209-2089. 89. We're in our call-in hour. We're going on 3 hours right now.
3 hours and 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours. So, ain't gonna break.
Corona, man.
Corona's
getting right up here.
That cranberry quick.
You did. You killed it.
Did. And all that good stuff.
That's good. It's better down your gullet than on my floor.
There you go. I guess I'll wait and see if people want to call in. Peace out, guys. Stay safe. Will do. Love your show, bro. Thanks a
man.
lot.
Thanks,
Shane.
Joe.
After this, I'm actually going to be sitting back kind of editing. And well, I've already got it edited. Kufi. 100 Kufi, he had put out a Poppin' remix to the Poppin' Challenge. So I've got that video done. I did a Kufi. 100 Kufi is his name. You gotta have a rap name. I'm Lil Volvy. So what would you be if you were?
You're not Lil Volvy. My son's Lil Volvy.
Yeah. I'm Lil. No.
Oh, he D-Volvy.
He D-Volvy. But every rapper has a little in its own name. I'm Volvy.
I don't want a rap name.
You don't want a rap name? He did Drake's track. He did the Popping. I got the video. I was hopefully going to premiere it before we got on. I was just processing, but I just couldn't.
He's dissing on Drake?
Drake's still new. Anyway, Libertarian Party, though. One thing you don't see on YouTube, you don't see your Libertarian Parties, your lives and whatnot much doing this.
There's a few. Wes Benedict, I think he does some. There's a guy named Welty.
Welty, okay.
Welty does a lot of live stuff. He's a candidate for insurance commissioner in Washington State. Anthony Welty. So he does a lot of libertarian lives. Also, Jacob Hornberger is one of the leading presidential candidates or nominees. He's one of the ones leading as far as nominees for our presidential candidate. And he does, I don't know if he does lives, but he does a lot of videos. He does do an Ask Me Anything stream. So I don't know if it's on YouTube or not. But Jacob Hornberger, that's another one. So.
When Bernie finally drops out, do you believe his fan base and everyone, he's going to fully push Biden?
Oh, yeah, he will.
He will.
Yeah, he will. Because, I mean, that's just what they do. Well, his fan base, though, I think will do like they did with Hillary, and they'll completely bail on the party. They'll probably either vote third party or they won't vote at all.
Or won't vote at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think generally that was kind of what happened with the last one because they got cheated at the DNC. So
next,
and it looked like they got cheated at the Iowa caucus.
Okay.
So
I think Lord Jamar is a libertarian. Today he was talking like one, right?
Yeah, we was talking about the
government and civil
it takes a lot.
It
takes a lot more than just a distrust of government.
Okay.
I think everybody is a little bit libertarian. Everybody has some libertarian beliefs, and I think everybody, in relation to their neighbors and their friends and stuff and their family members, is libertarian. Because you never really force your beliefs on other people. Other neighbors and friends and stuff, the people that you interact with. Even if you have a differing opinion, you're not going to force them to your will, and that's a libertarian thing. Non-aggression principle. You know what I mean? You're not going to use aggression to, just because I don't believe in, using marijuana, so you can't use marijuana. You're not going to go over to your neighbor and be like, you can't use marijuana.
Right.
It's just that people are okay with using the state to do that for them, but they'd never do it themselves.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
But Lord Jamar, I think he's got a distrust for government, which is kind of a libertarian principle. That's why we want to shrink the size of government, because we don't trust government. Because government as an institution can't be trusted. I mean, it's not an institution there's only one institution in the world that can oppress people right now.
Okay.
The government. It's the only ones that are capable of oppressing anybody. So why would you trust the only institution that can oppress you with more power? Because eventually they're going to get to the point where they reach enough power to oppress you. So at some point you got to stop that buildup of power.
Shane says that there
just
needs to be more bipartnership.
What?
Bipartnership.
Bipartisanship.
Bipartisan.
What did he say?
Yeah, but that's basically what you're saying. I think I read it wrong.
There needs to be more bipartisanship.
Pardonage.
By bipartisanship, you mean there needs to be more
Republicans and Democrats.
Republicans and Democrats. They do work together, by the way. There is a lot of bipartisanship because both of those parties want to grow government. They want to spend more money, more of your money, because they can't create wealth. They want to spend more of your wealth. They want to grow more government. They want to tax more, and they want to continue with these endless wars that sacrifice the best we have in our country, the men and women of our armed forces, for no particular reason but political gain. Both those parties want to do the same thing. So there is a ton of bipartisanship going on right now because Democrats and Republicans are the same. They just like to sound different. It's like me and Balvi. We like to argue with each other, but we're really close to the same.
Well put. What y'all think?
Don't ever think for a minute that they're different. I know everybody does, but they're not. They're really not.
Once again, those are just joined, and I seen if
Just ain't got up to me yet.
you can who was 8. Yeah. We have a call-in number. This is a call-in hour.
Isn't
Hey, it's just messing. 915-209-2089. If you need cash now, 915-209
cash now.
2089.
Get your cash now.
Shane said you disagree. Shane, you feel free to call in, and I thought it makes it easier for y'all. He said he disagreed totally with you, man. That is the calling number. This is our calling hour.
I would be interested to know how you why would you disagree with that?
915-209-2089. Doesn't believe that they're the same. I think most likely it's because of they serve a different group of people. They believe that the Democrats and Republicans, therefore,
they both want to grow in the aspects which are the macro aspects of government that I just spoke of. They are exactly the same. The micro aspects of government they may be different, but macro, the major areas like spending and taxation and wars, those macroeconomics and macro functions of government, they're the same. They both grow government, make it bigger and bigger and bigger because it's grown tremendously since then. And none of them really want to fix anything. I mean, how long have they been arguing about immigration? Since I was a kid.
Oh, that's on the back burner. No one cares about immigration. Corona right now.
Oh, I know, right? Corona, another excuse to grow government.
I mean, it's not about illegals coming in.
Shane said they both evil. That's what I'm saying. And the libertarians are the only ones that are talking about shrinking government, making it smaller. They'll never talk about shrinking the size of government. The Republicans used to talk about smaller government. That used to be their big platform was smaller government, smaller. Not no more, though. They don't really, because it's really hard to talk about smaller government when you're growing government. Calvin Coolidge said, it's better to get rid of bad laws than to institute new ones.
Oh.
Calvin Coolidge. Man, look at some of Calvin Coolidge's quotes. Our 30th president, old Cal. He was a libertarian. Some of his quotes, at least, made him sound really libertarian.
Yeah.
So, Calvin Coolidge. And I just randomly look stuff like that up, so don't think that I'm like a historian or anything. I had a conversation with a buddy of mine the other day, and he mentioned Calvin Coolidge, and I was like, actually, it was a book.
Dude, you need to set up during our call-in hour. You should unclick. You should have something there.
I could put text in there.
Yeah,
I could put text in there with OBS. Yeah.
So
all right, I'll hook it up right now. Watch me.
Whenever we do call-in hour,
I think I can
do that. Be up there.
And
I'll tell you what. The point at hand is that they can't come together for a common good, which is ridiculous in the situation we are facing. He doesn't believe like right now they are coming together for a common good. Well, they did pass. They both came together for the package. And
you think that was common good? The $2.2 trillion was common good. It was common good for them. They funded the government. Yeah. With an emergency bill that they force-fed through Congress where only one man stood up for the Constitution. Mm-hmm. And that was common good? Crazy.
You ever talked about that or played that or what happened with that?
That's a long video, though. It's like an hour long. Yeah, but it goes fast if you're interested. I mean, I put it up.
I know.
Oh, there's Georgia. I don't know why I like that font so much.
I'm more of an impact guy.
I think Georgia. Georgia's so smooth, man.
We have a... we're in our call-in hour. He's putting up the text on the screen right now, but you all are on 20. The green. 915-209-2089 is the call-in number. 915-209-2089. And you can call in live and give a chat and about what you want and all that other good stuff. Anything. We'll just putting that text up. You all want to see it on the screen.
It's all tiny way up there. I thought it would be bigger.
Stretch that sucker up. Republicans, Democrats.
It should be good. Let's see if they... There we go.
There you go.
Just pop it up there. It's a good place for it right there, I guess.
Boom.
There we go.
Call numbers
Should
up
be
at
good.
the screen.
Yeah.
There you go. I got a question.
Now we don't have to... Well, your evolvers can't see it.
I still don't. That's fine. I wonder if I can pin a comment. I used to. I used to have a feature. It's over here anyway.
Is that one of those features for people who have...
Mute mic, save, highlight. Oh, I can save... How does that work?
Save highlight.
Highlight saved.
Oh, see, that would have been good when we were doing the height.
Oh, it's
the Copeland height thing. You got to remember that next time. Well, you got that crappy background though.
It saved the last 3 minutes. Whenever you press that button, it just saves whatever you did last 3 minutes.
Boom, it's up there.
It's up there.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, interesting. I didn't know.
That's pretty cool. Are we gonna be able to keep the phones open? Like if we had like 150 people in there, I think we could, because if we're doing a phone in hour, we can only have one person on the line at a time.
But as it started getting more populated, and starting to make people want to be calling in, they don't want to talk.
Well, you just it's going to be first come first serve thing.
Gonna have to have a system. Yeah, when we get there. Cross that bridge when we get there, I guess.
Can come together for the common good. Ridiculous in the situation we are facing. The point at hand is they can't come together for the common good. Yeah, and the funny thing is, there's something else that's a good point.
I don't know what this is.
They criticized Thomas Massey, for standing up for the Constitution.
Thanks, Shane.
When they were gonna vote on that law, and they said that he was just trying to delay it. Nancy Pelosi delayed it a week because she didn't get some of her pork spending in the bill that she wanted. A week.
A week.
He stands up just to call for a roll call vote, which is by constitutional law. That's what they're supposed to do. See, right now, there's no accountability on that bill. So a year from now or 6 months from now, when we got to pay for that bill, when inflation starts to go up, and then everybody's like, it's because of the coronavirus relief package. That's the reason why the economy is so horrible now, and we can't recover from it. And you're going to be like, well, who voted for it? And you go in there and you're going to be like, I want to see if my congressman voted for it. There's no vote recorded.
There's no vote.
That was the whole point Massey was trying to make, is you need a recorded vote. So there's only 3 people that we know of. I can't remember who the other guy is. But Thomas Massey and Justin Amash are the only 2 congressmen that said no right there in the hall. And there's one other guy. Massey mentions them in that interview.
Okay.
So, but everybody wasn't there. So he called for a quorum, and the speaker said there is a quorum. It didn't look like there was a quorum. Means that 3/4 of Congress has to be there in order to even vote on anything. You have to have a certain number of people in there in order to have a quorum and be able to vote on legislation.
Right.
So when he called for a quorum, there was supposed to be a count in order to make sure you had enough people to vote.
To pick. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
The first thing he called was a roll call vote, and they said no. So. And then he called for a quorum, and they were like, we have a quorum. I mean, literally, he said, I call for a quorum. Okay, the gentleman has called for a quorum. We have a quorum. It's like, you counted that fast? 428 congressmen? It's crazy, man. That whole thing was crazy. They just railroaded that thing.
They were holding
$2.2 trillion. The largest amount of government pork spending ever in the history of the United States, and they railroaded it through Congress.
I gotta ask you a serious question, though.
That's not serious.
No, that's serious. But what's got me thinking? Can a government actually survive with no taxes at all? 0 taxes. No.
You could. It's possible. It would be difficult.
It's possible. You gotta have some sort, right?
But no, I mean, you literally would just privatize everything.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I find that would be really hard would be the actual paying the government politicians, the workers, the government people that work for the government, because they don't create wealth. So how do you pay? How would they get paid?
No, they get paid.
Unless because some libertarians think that the government should be volunteer. But then you're basically saying that you got to be.
That's some hardcore.
You got to be rich in order to run for office, and I don't think you should have rich people running your government. You need people that can relate to because I think they should be able to relate to the poorest in order to help that group of people out. I'm not saying that rich people are all corrupt and out of touch, but you don't want to limit your government officials to one particular socioeconomic class of people.
Right.
So, but there's Dr. Mary Ruart. She has a book. I can show you the book right here.
Someone say no lawyers for president. What profession is good?
Oh, man.
What profession is good for?
The majority of politicians are lawyers because they're lawmakers. So legislatures make laws. But we have enough laws, so we need some D-legislatures to get in there. So we need D-lawyers. We need criminals. I was going to say, we need the opposite of lawyers, right? This is a really good book right here. Short answers. If you're interested in some deep libertarian philosophy, let me just throw it around. That was loud, I bet, right next to the microphone. So this is short answers to tough questions about how to answer the questions libertarians are most often asked. So let's see if that one's in here. How do we fund the government? What are you doing, man?
I get this. I'm gonna pause this real quick.
Yeah, I opened this up.
Oh,
jeez. Oh, man, why are you going to play this? I'm going to answer your question right now.
I'm gonna let you in here, but we want to hear what Bill Gates is. See what the people think on this. Bill Gates, because we've been talking about the different scenarios and different ways to solve, as far as with regards to government and as far as the coronavirus and how it should be approached.
Bill Gates is going to give us all $250 million yachts to go.
Bill Gates has a theory on how to what the government should do, and I would like to know, what do you all think? Is we doing this, or should we do what Bill Gates is saying and all that other good stuff? You guys are only going to be able to hear it.
You want to put it in a...
You can put it in.
You can put it in.
You can put it in. You got used to it. You got it. Evolvers. Oh, we're getting up there. Okay, so we're going to play with Bill Gates. If you're just joining us, man, we've been going over a lot with far as with Trump, how libertarians would handle it, how I would handle it, and kind of the crisis right now as far as coronavirus and shutting down the government.
Microsoft
and
co-founder and billionaire
a bunch of
Bill Gates is
stuff.
urging the federal government to shut down.
Now I'm going to talk to a billionaire and Bill Gates, how they feel, and I'll just know another point of view. Would like to know if you all agree with this, if you all agree with Bill Gates, as far as maybe this is the best way to approach this pandemic.
We got the corona
and whatnot, and we can play if you want to. I had to put the other one on the charger, the other charger out there. If you want to, it's crazy I can't chat on this. If you want to actually see the video up on the green screen, or actually on Dave's channel, on the representatives, and here in El Paso, you can go to his channel. Mine's just kind of a green screen. If not, then it's just going to be, you just hear the volume right now. But I thought it was interesting. I've been thinking it was interesting. There's a interrogator named Bill Gates. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah. So what do you have to say?
Down the entire country to save lives. So far, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has donated $100 million to fight the coronavirus. They're focused on detection, isolation, and treatment of the virus, and finding a vaccine. Gates says the U.S. failed to get ahead of the outbreak.
They donated $100 million.
$100 million.
I donated $2.2 trillion. Bill, weak body.
But it's not too late to make up for lost time. You've been saying for a long time that we're not prioritizing testing. Who should be leading the way here?
Well, the federal government needs to set the priorities, because we have a lot of people who are just worried who would like to get a test, and if we had infinite capacity, that would be great. And so as many as half of our tests are going to the people they shouldn't, and that's causing you to have to wait often 3 or 4 days, even if you're a healthcare worker, to get that result back.
Back in 2015, you warned that we were not ready for the next epidemic. Why aren't we better prepared?
Well, in fact, very little investment was made. For example, being able to ramp up diagnostic capacity very quickly. Our foundation and some other governments did work on some new vaccine platforms, which are the most promising. But, sadly, because you can't estimate the risk, and it was something I was, trying to talk about and, thought we had some engagement on, but then actually the personnel in this area were cut back. I think this time people understand that this is a trillions of dollars event. It's going to be hundreds of thousands of lives.
What he's talking about right now is that Bill in 2015, he did a TED Talk. This was actually in 2015. He did a TED Talk, and he said that the U.S. is not prepared for a widespread virus like this. They're not prepared, and we need to amp things up and kind of start some training, putting in scenarios. I guess what he was saying is it's kind of like you was in the service, you was in the army, so you're better prepared because you guys go through these scenarios. So when the real thing happens, you're better informed, better prepared. But what he was saying is that there was no training, there was no scenarios we could put in real place to kind of what we would do.
Who should have been training? Hospitals, doctors,
hospitals, and we got fire drills. We trained for these things. There was no drill or no emergency.
What would a drill to respond to a pandemic look like?
Huh?
What kind of drill would a national federal response to a pandemic look like?
I don't know, but there are drills. There's a way. You got to think what.
No, if you can't think of a way to drill for it,
I can.
Then
That's
no
not my
drills.
place to think. I've never had to think, so it's not my place to think. And you're not gonna think of something offhand, but there's things that we're doing now that I ain't a drill. I'm actually in favor.
Apparently they were prepared because they had all of these emergency national disaster laws in place where they could snatch up all of your civil liberties and flush them down the toilet in case of emergency. And the definition of emergency happens to not be a lot of people dying, just a lot of people getting sick. I mean, they could declare a national emergency in the next flu season based off of the parameters that they've set already.
That's the first thing of drills.
So I think they've already drilled. Every flu season they've drilled for this. I don't know.
Widespread and how we were going to contain it, knowing what we're going to do. That way we would not have to just shut down the whole economy, but we kind of was able to. It was real. I'm with them on that part.
We could have done drills.
I say drills,
I think now
but
people understand why those alarms were raised, and that for the next one we will be far more ready than we were for this one.
Ultimately, did the federal government fail on being prepared for testing?
Well, I'm sure there'll be lots of postmortems about, why before this hit didn't we do more? Why, right when it hit didn't we do more? It's most important to be looking forward and saying, are the number of tests growing? Is the speed which they come back less than 24 hours? And are we testing the right people? We're still not there, and so let's get that fixed, and then we can, maybe a year from now, do the deep postmortems.
You also talked in 2015 about the potential economic consequences of this. How concerned are you about the resiliency of the American economy?
Well, the economy is being hurt. It's great that Congress has acted. We probably will need to do more there, but the economy can return in a way that people who get sick and die cannot.
You've been in touch with leaders in Washington. Have you talked with the president about this?
I've not talked directly to the president. Our foundation is trying to be as helpful in a very constructive way as possible, and that's why I've talked to the head of the pharmaceutical companies. We've talked to a lot of the agencies, including CDC and NIH, about how we work together on the vaccine and the drugs.
Is there anything that's really surprised you about what's happened?
I thought we would
that was funny to me.
A bit
Let's start with, who's Bill Gates? How did he make his...
He is the founder of Microsoft.
He's the founder of Microsoft. It's funny how money can put you in a...
whole different mentality.
A whole different mentality.
You have a whole different way of thinking.
Yeah, and that, and just basically like...
It's socioeconomic status. It's how you perceive reality changes based off your socioeconomic status. Because your perception of society changes.
So they're asking the founder of Microsoft, hey, have you talked to the president? And he's like, well, I talked to the CDC. I've been working with the pharmaceuticals. You do Microsoft. You ran. I was just. It's you get what I'm saying, and it happens all the time. Like it's like.
It's worse with celebrities.
You have more money, so that automatically.
I mean, at least he's somewhat smart. He's smart. But celebrities, like Large Jamar, trying to say that I talked to Large Jamar calling the CDC and pharmaceutical companies. I wonder, even if he was a billionaire.
It's funny, like money can have you in places where, just like celebrities, money have you in places like, why are you here? Why?
Yeah.
I don't want to dance.
What are you trying to accomplish?
Faster, what we're doing, how we're having to change the economy here in order to drop the number of cases. It's really unprecedented. Even the issue of once you get the case numbers down, what does opening up look like? Which activities like schools have such benefit and can be done in a way that the risk of transmission is very low? And which activities like mass gatherings may be, in a certain sense, more optional. And so until you're widely vaccinated...
Why in the heck would you even consider opening up schools? Schools are the breeding ground for viruses and germs. That's like the worst thing you want to open up. Schools can be just fine without opening up. We can educate. They're actually putting some pretty innovative ways of educating kids for the rest of this year.
That's true.
And opening schools up is going to do zero for the economy. The biggest threat, I think the biggest threat we have right now is the economy. Second to that is the coronavirus.
And the biggest threat to spreading it would be
schools. Would be thousands of kids in close proximity.
You're right.
Because you can't keep, especially elementary school, you're not going to keep those kids away from each other. Especially after they hadn't seen each other in a month or so. They're just going to be like, wah!
And then all on the teachers,
Yeah, just slime and slobber and goop and corona.
That's a good point.
Corona everywhere.
That's a good point.
So, I mean, schools would be the last thing you should be opening up.
Very good point.
The bars should be the first thing to open up.
That's the post you should put.
Bars, man. I mean, you got to open up the bars and the strip clubs.
I gotta get serious now. I gotta eat for this.
Seriously, man. You do. I mean, how else are them girls going to pay their way through college?
How many viewers you got? You must be getting on.
6. I've been at 6 for a while. So.
Be consistent. Just listening to you. You've been at 6 for a while. Left,
I know, right? No, they fell asleep.
That's crazy.
They were sleeping. I got a large audience from India, so it's probably like 8 a.m. there in India right now. Let me see how close I am on that one.
The risk of transmission is very low, and which activities like mass gatherings may be, in a certain sense, more optional. And so until you're widely vaccinated, those may not come back at all.
Do you think we're going to think about pandemics differently from now on?
Well, that is for sure. There were a few movies, they weren't that popular about this, and to make them at least a little bit popular, they usually had some miracle happen at the end where some hero, invented something and boom, everything was back to normal. No, the awareness of this is a threat, and probably the biggest threat to, kill tens of millions of people, that will be permanently embedded. So
you said tens
this
of
time
millions?
I do think we will
Where did he get that number
ready
from?
for the next pandemic.
Have you had any trouble getting adjusted to social distancing at home?
Yeah, I find it so disconcerting to wake up every morning and think, well, that was a strange dream I had, and then say, oh my God, yes, look, there's no traffic on the bridge, and oh yeah, my first meeting is on that computer screen, and somebody's going to leave some food, but I won't see them. This is super.
Answers your question. Bill Gates doesn't cook.
He doesn't cook. I don't see him worrying about traffic neither. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, he looks outside. He's just checking the bridge. He's just looking at the bridge. What is he in San Francisco? I thought he was in Seattle or something.
He's been social distancing himself since before this. Like he works on but it's funny.
It sounds like he's just living in a box. He opens his door. He gets his food. Somebody touched that food though, Bill. I'm just saying.
On the computer.
Somebody touched that food.
And somebody's going to leave some food, but I won't see them. This is super dramatic. I use computer screens a lot, and I think about
That's super dramatic for Bill Gates. Did he get a ticket walking his dog past the park because his dog had to poop? That was super dramatic. Can you imagine how that would be for Bill Gates? If this is super dramatic that somebody leaves food at his door and he don't get to see them, and there's no traffic on the bridge, can you imagine if he got a ticket for walking his dog by a park?
You know that guy will lose his job within an hour. You do that for him. He will have your job.
You think so?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates don't. He's not chief of police.
He's Bill Gates. I'm telling you, you give Bill Gates a ticket, you won't have a job. I would not. It's crazy. You don't man.
What if you don't know if he's Bill Gates? Do you think he would do that? Do you know who I am?
This man has any and everyone. You can have any and everyone. You're not gonna. This guy's not getting a ticket. He's not getting a ticket. They're not the chief of police, the government, the big people. They're not gonna let something like that go down in their city. Bill Gates.
He can afford to pay it a lot more than you can.
He's not going down.
You gonna pay that thing?
You think he's ever gonna take it? You think someone's gonna? I don't know. It's not gonna go through. I'm gonna go up there. They're not gonna. It's dumb.
Trespasser. Criminal. So Bill Gates runs the local police here in El Paso.
He can. I'm telling you.
According to Volvey.
Oh my God! How you don't understand what I'm saying? That people with money like this, you're not going to get this. It's not even the local police that is going to be paranoid. It's kind of like the school system. It's kind of like the school system where the teachers or how I put it, the superintendent, the teachers are scared of the principal is scared of the superintendent is scared of the parents, while in all of this, the kids ain't scared of nobody. And and that's basically how it is.
They're all scared of everybody else. So, kids are like, what y'all scared of?
Right, and everyone's scared of someone. And that's what I'm saying. You give Bill a ticket, it's not the local. The local, they're scared of him. And then, wait, no. Because, Bill, I mean, his money goes a long ways. People like this, it goes a long ways in any way.
He gives most of his money to charity, though.
It goes a long ways. And that's why you don't have to. You really think...
Why has Bill got to get on his computer still? He just pays
But let me ask you a serious question. Do you think a ticket would stand with Bill Gates? You think someone would...
I think he'd probably just pay it and just ignore it.
No!
You got to understand something about Bill Gates, though. Listen to this.
Someone's got to...
Listen very carefully.
Someone's got to see what I'm seeing.
Listen very carefully.
Go ahead.
This is the reason why Bill Gates would probably just hand that off and let somebody pay it for him.
Okay.
Because if Bill Gates dropped a $100 bill on the floor, it would cost him more money to bend over and pick it up. That's how much Bill Gates' time is worth. So the time it would take to pick up the phone and call somebody to take care of that ticket would cost more than that ticket would be worth. So the $1,000 ticket, him just dialing the phone number would probably be more than $1,000 worth of his time. That's why he wouldn't pay the ticket. That's why he would just pay it.
Would you give Bill Gates a ticket?
If he broke the law. Would I give him a ticket for walking a dog past the park? No, because I'm not a fascist.
Yeah, let's say if he was speeding.
Yes.
You would give him a ticket.
Yes.
Knowing
He's endangering the lives of other citizens.
No, it was Bill Gates.
I don't care who it is. It could be the Pope. I give the Pope a ticket if he's in the Pope-mobile.
I get what you're saying. It's more. I'm just saying.
That's your job if you're law enforcement is to enforce the
job.
law.
I can't stand nothing against that. I'm just not giving Bill Gates.
Babbling. You just babbling. You would not give Bill Gates a ticket?
I'm not giving Bill Gates a ticket.
Why not?
That's your job. If you get, I'm telling you, you don't get this. What I'm saying, you don't get it. Someone's got to be one.
So you believe covering your butt's more important than doing what's right.
No,
that's good. That's good to know. I mean, it's good to know because you want to know what kind of people you're dealing with in your life, right?
Okay, turn it. No, I'm saying with Bill Gates, it's kind of like the mafia. I would not want to be a judge over any. I'm not judging any mafia or gangster case. I know I would have to make hard decisions. I don't want to be the presiding judge over any case.
It's a good thing you're not a cop or a judge then.
For my safety and my family's safety, I don't want to. Would you?
What if you hired somebody for Community Evolve?
I'm saying
you hired somebody.
Okay, would you?
You're the boss. Now listen to me. Now.
Okay.
And you find out that there are some cartel leader, like the biggest cartel that there is, and this guy's like mopping floors for you because he's hiding out from some enemies or something. And you find out that he's stealing from you. He's stealing off the till. You know what I mean? He's taking your money. Would you fire him?
Yeah, you have to fire him. Yeah, I'm firing.
You would have to fire him. So you would do the right thing,
and he
right?
would understand, of course.
Even a bit, but he's a cartel leader, so it's the same thing. You're passing judgment on him just as if you were a judge and he was in your courthouse.
It affects.
Just like writing a ticket to Bill Gates. So what's the difference though?
It's affecting the whole Bill Gates, you don't get. You ain't giving Bill Gates a ticket, people. You ain't resigning.
I'm giving Bill Gates a ticket. If he breaks the law and I'm a law enforcement officer,
you ain't.
I would give him a ticket.
No mafia case, neither.
No, because that'd probably be family. So.
You knowing you have a wife and 2 kids, you ain't resigning.
I'm not law enforcement though, so I don't have to worry about it.
I'm just saying, if you were a judge,
I'm not a judge though. I don't have to worry about that.
We're in scenarios.
Why are we all hypothetical stuff?
We're in there right now.
We got enough crap going on in the world where we don't have to throw hypotheticals out there. We got crazy stuff happening in the world. We don't need to get hypothetical about anything.
Are you resigning over a mafia case?
If I was a judge, I would reside over a mafia case because I'm a judge. That's what you would have to do.
Would you go around asking, if you had a choice, hey, you want to take this case or not? We can pass it off to another judge. Are you taking it?
No.
Exactly.
You're having a choice, though.
Exactly.
But you're saying if you did that you wouldn't convict.
You can say you can, as a judge, you can have yourself off of a case. You can.
Okay, so you would just every organized crime case that came across your desk could just be like,
big time mafia, players in the game.
Anybody that's got an Italian last name.
Yeah, definitely the Italians. If they're eating spaghetti and meatballs, I don't want. No.
Man, I wish you were a judge. I would never have to worry about it.
You were going to bed?
You going to bed? It's kind of late here. You guys got church tomorrow. So do we.
Oh my goodness.
And Coach coming tomorrow for church.
I think so. Yeah, he says he is, and we're gonna go hiking and get arrested tomorrow.
Okay.
That's the world we're living in. I said we're gonna go hiking and get arrested tomorrow, and my 7-year-old said, "Okay." That's the world we're in right now.
No.
You got the CEO of a nonprofit that helps kids and youngsters with sporting events and after-school activities, getting ticketed for trespassing while walking his dog. And you got a 7-year-old that's just like, okay, looks like we're getting arrested tomorrow for going hiking. Involvee's not prosecuting anybody that's got an Italian last name.
You're not doing no mafia case. And everybody will agree. You don't only one there.
I think it's stuck. I don't think I got 6 in here anymore.
Yeah. Oh, hit the X. Oh, you got 5.
Oh, did it just update? Oh, it did just update.
So y'all residing over mafia. Yeah, somebody understand what I'm saying.
All right, I'm going to go.
Yeah?
Let's just finish Bill.
Super dramatic. You know, I use computer screens a lot, and I think about pandemics a lot. And even so, I can hardly believe we're in this situation.
Gates says he thinks we could feel the effects of this well into the summer, and the economic effects could linger for perhaps as long as 2 years, depending on how comfortable people are mingling together until we have a vaccine.
Anthony, I think we are forever changed by this on so many different levels. I was fascinated by Bill Gates' answer when you said, did you think the government, did they not do enough? His answer was very diplomatic, but clearly he saw something in 2015. I marvel that he saw something back then. So
he laid out the threat very clearly then, Gail.
Yes. He's a very smart guy, has a lot of experience. I'm thinking of Bill. Anyway, I might take that call. He's offering his services.
I'd be calling him.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you can hear my extended interview.
I don't think he's got experience at all with pandemics.
You can hear my extended interview with Bill Gates on CBS this morning.
I don't want to hear extended interview. But that's Bill Gates, the subject matter expert on pandemics, I guess. Not only does he make software and build billion-dollar software companies by stealing Steve Jobs' ideas, he apparently is a pandemic expert.
Boom.
What's he going to do? What's Bill Gates going to do during this pandemic?
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, man, I thank you all so much. It's been fun.
Is it time to go? I think it is time to go.
Yeah, it's been great. I've been exciting. Great topics, great interaction, great stuff on this evening tonight. We always have fun with these. Man, I had some real good stuff, real good material. I'll be putting out a episode here in like 15 minutes. Get it up. It's the 100 Kufi reaction. I've already had it done. I just had this stream, so I didn't get to post it. I'll get that out here. And
we were late because getting started with this.
I was trying to process it. But yeah, and that's gonna be coming out and all that other good stuff. But I'll see you all in the very, very next video. I'll see you all on Manana and all that good stuff. If you are new, be sure to subscribe. We got Dave Marino. Dave for El Paso. Marino for El Paso.
Libertarian Dave. YouTube.com/Libertarian Dave.
And that will get you to his page. So you won't be seeing the screen whenever we're here. And you can get all that. Go ahead and sub to Devolvey. Little Devolvey. A lot of fun, exciting content. Super hilarious, man.
Cute little guy. Looks just like his dad.
There you go. So it's been fun. Other than that, as always, KIP, keep it positive. I will see you all in the very next video. Thank you, guys.
Hey, and thank you all for showing up, asking your questions, calling in. It's been fun. Another live stream done. I appreciate all the interaction. I appreciate all the subs and support. And please share. I'm trying to build an audience here. 200 I think I have a 200. We're going for 200. So I think I have a good message. I like to talk liberty. Give the libertarian perspective, smaller government perspective, and I really hope to influence people as much as I can, just to get them to start thinking outside the box and start thinking outside the mainstream media box that just keeps forcing these ideas of Democrat and Republican down their throats, and it's got us into this horrible situation we're in now, with the civil liberties being violated, and just in the name of protecting from a pandemic. It's bad, and I have compassion for people, but I also respect people's rights to move and do as they will. So, I love y'all. God bless y'all. Thank you so much. Please keep it positive. Appreciate any comments, any shares I could get to spread the word. And thank you so much. And I will see you next time.